Peggy 16.
Your brother was lost thanks to the deceit and treachery of your enemies. Now, the weight of your bloodline lies on your shoulders. Be thankful to your enemies, for they teach you the ways to power. You must learn the ways of commerce and combat, but never fight with swords when a dagger will do. Keep your enemies close. The first step in avoiding the trap is knowing it is there. Real strategy requires cunning. Remember that, and your dynasty will rule this land through the ages.
Why, hello. Hello, Nick. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday. Yeah, my voice is rough. I don't know why. I wasn't on like talking or on phones that much today. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Nick? How's life treating you? Can't complain here. Just been playing Crusader Kings. As you can see. I don't know why I bothered. I actually spent an extra half hour. I could have been streaming a half hour ago. But I got sucked into creating the background videos and stuff for this. Let me know if it's too noisy in the background. I never test this shit anymore. I just like earball it. I don't know if that's a phrase, but I'm using it. But then later I'll sometimes review videos afterwards just to see how the audio levels were, and I'll be like, oh, I could barely be heard over that background music. Or I could barely hear the background music, which I put a lot of time in picking to the background music, you know? It's a lot of work being a YouTuber that's not trying to make a real go of it. You can complain, but you choose not to. Well, I heard your back was hurting after you carried Beck. Was that the joke earlier this week? It could go down 10%. Let me see. Alright, I just turned it down about 10%. I don't know if 10% was sufficient. It might have been 15%. Maybe I should turn just the background video down. I got quite a vigorous background video soundtrack. All the Crusader Kings original soundtrack songs are very like, da! Or they're super depressing and super low and slow. Alright, reasonable now? Okay, good deal. Water. Chauncey's up. Chauncey has undergone another round of egg laying. I have a feeling she's just gonna keep doing it till it kills her. She's like 10 years old. I don't think she's supposed to be laying eggs all year long. Matus! It's something I can't think of a thing to mention, but have a tradition to uphold. Caw! That was pretty respectable, Matus. You did good work with the materials available to you. And I applaud you for that. Well, yeah, it's Crusaders Kings in here is you know, if nothing else, caw, you could say that. But I know Matus he's been expanding his introductions. He's been evolving them to be more. I don't know. How would you say it's more sophisticated? I think I would say. You know. Brad Prichard, G-Law Cock. Hey, Brad, look. It's what you always dreamed of when you bought me this game. That I would stream this instead of Dead by Daylight. And lo and behold. Oh, Matus, you're just not familiar with Crusader Kings 3? This is one of those games where I feel like it hit mainstream enough, in the gaming world at least, that people would know it. But you never know with Paradox titles. They do Europa Universalis Stellaris. They do Grand Strategy, and they're famous for it. It's like their thing. And to me, I've known about them since like 2004. Is that when they released the Europa Universalis 1? Oh, is G-Law cock? What are you trying to do? Is it supposed to be one of my emojis? It's broken? Is it this one? That's the only one I could think of that have cock in it. Oh, something temperature-wise. Oh, hot, cold. Yeah, I don't know. It's temperate European climate in here. And hey, James Baker. What's up, man? Brad Prichard, you missed out. Me and Nick and Beck Snyder played Dead by Daylight last night in Beck's stream, and you knew that. James Baker cheered us on from the audience. And he gave me a lesson in copyright law. Because it's not something I've looked at in a long time. And probably not since the internet was a thing. I never studied it in law school. I probably looked at it when I was fancying myself a writer in the late 80s and early 90s. I know, a gaming lawyer that doesn't know about copyright law? Well, I know certain things, but then we brought up writing novels. And I realized, like, I don't know exactly how to establish copyright. I don't know if there's formalities. And he was like, nope, if you write it, you own it. Like, automatically. So you don't have to register it with the Library of Congress or some crap like that. I don't know. Hey, that's not true. I know some stuff about torts. I even gave an impromptu lesson on Beck's stream about the difference between slander and libel. I can't remember why it came up. That was during that stream, right? My slander versus libel. Yeah, because I could never know if the audience was actually hearing me, because sometimes Beck would be talking to the audience and she'd be muting Discord, so. Writing novels on stream. That was right. Because Nick and Beck and Beck was talking about doing art streams, like getting some fancy gadgets to project have extra screens to do art on that she could have on stream. And I was like, and James was talking about writing, and I talked to how about I used to want to be a fantasy novelist writer. And I was like, hey, I should do a stream of me writing. How would that be? And then the whole copyright issue came up. Most people stole it. Yeah, but as a lawyer, you normally don't just go, I think it's this, and start saying what, like, just guessing at a legal principle. Usually, I have to be a little more diligent before I start spouting shit off. Like, do at least what James Baker did. But if it's not something that I looked at in 20 years, and I'm not sure anymore, it's like, eh. The next Tolkien done on stream. The essay writing lawyer. I could write a story and it would be about all of you. Just like this Crusader Kings 3 game that I'm playing. Not everybody is in there. I don't know, I'm ashamed to say it, but I think of everyone in here right now, Matus, you may be the only person that is not yet a named character in my dynasty. I don't think I put you in yet. I've named a good number of people. Something more Silmarillion based? Yeah? Yeah, I was just saw an article about the new Lord of the Rings series that Amazon's supposed to be doing. And they confirmed that it's going to take place in the Second Age. Which makes me think it's going to be about the rise and first fall of Sauron. I hope that's what it focuses on. Because that could be some interesting shit. I'm still not sure how they do it, because it happened over the course of generations of men. But it'd be interesting. And hey, Starling! You're not in there? Yeah, oh wait. You haven't been here in quite a while under your main? Who's your main? Or are you the main, you came as somebody else? Think I ever get named on any? I thought you had a soldier in XCOM, no? Zero Matusas, but wait, Matus, were you ever present when I asked somebody if they wanted to be on my team? And then you said yes, please? And like joined one of those wheel spins or anything like that? The thing is, I know you're here enough that you should have a named character. So I think the next time, maybe the next time there's an occasion to name one of my dynasty, I think I gotta say Matus. Eeriest Owl? Yeah, Eeriest Owl, you've been in my XCOM games though, haven't you? I thought you've been in my XCOM games. I'm not 100% sure. How you doing, man? Happy 2021. Oh, well, see, if you're not a participator, you may still end up as some obscure cousin. Some of you guys, if you actually stop and think about the arrangements I've created in this game with your names, well, Brad got a hand of it last night because I showed him a screenshot of his character, and his wife is Ava, and and it says my relationship to Ava is she's my niece and my sister-in-law because Brad is my half-brother. So, yeah, was it Nick? Did you call it that I was probably just about to finish playing Creeper World? I think it might have been, that stream might have been the last time I played Creeper World. I thought about it the next day, but then I felt like maybe an itch to finally try Crusader Kings 3, because I'd been putting it off for a couple reasons. I wasn't really in the mood, and I know there's a lot to dig your teeth into and learn in this game. It's kind of complex. And then, and the other thing, which is no longer an issue, is it didn't launch with a ruler creator. So you could only play a historical figure. And I always liked doing a ruler creator, so that you can choose like a historical, it's like it starts in 1066, just about anywhere in the old world. And that's including Africa and Asia and everywhere else. You choose a place and you can start your ruler fresh there. The only disadvantage is it comes with no existing lineage. But you make that happen yourself as the game goes on. My family tree is already pretty messy. I've only been playing it a week. Gotta keep that bloodline pure. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. And it's kind of, and the succession is a mess. Everything's a mess. I started in Ireland because A, I'm Irish, and B, Ireland is a nice way to start because it's not really at war with anybody big, and it's an island filled with a bunch of little counties that aren't unified. So you start a roll going, and it's easy to just kind of snowball until you got. I don't have all of Ireland because England took over the top tip, which means it's not an isolated little county that I can just steamroll over. If I attack one of those counties, all of England comes after me, and I'm not up for that shit yet. But you lurked a few times, but you're a little bit nervous to talk. What do you mean? Are you for reals? You were nervous to talk? You've been hanging out here since 2015, man. Ooh! Starling has become a member/sponsor thing. Talons of sponsorship. Thank you. Look at you with your green dollar. Oh, hey guys, remember what it felt like to be a green dollar? Look at that. Wow. Yep, all those golden lizards here. That's something maybe someday. But seeing that green dollars is nice too, because I don't get many new sponsors these days. It's not hurtful at all that all my sponsors have been sponsors for like more than 2 years. But it just makes me realize how rarely new people sponsor me. As I haven't seen the green dollar in like probably a year or two. Yep. Don't worry. Just stay. If you can get a lizard, all you have to do is stay continuously sponsored to me for 2 years. Just like that. No pressure. Everyone else is doing it, but no pressure. Yeah, it probably, honestly, Brad, it probably has been that long or longer. No, maybe someone might have done it last. I can't say when. I know it's pretty rare. The Gilded Lizards. One whole hour worth of gameplay. Sometimes I've done more gameplay, sometimes less. I think like recently I've leaned towards less. It depends on the mood. Sometimes I come to a stream more excited about a game, and sometimes I come to a stream where I'm just like, a lot of times when I'm working and I'm tired and I don't really play games maybe until the weekends. I don't some nights or a lot of weeks I don't really play games after work. I'm just sort of like, I just need to decompress, and I think most games I'll think about and go, that just sounds like, man, that's effort. I could watch Netflix passively, or I could play this game where stuff's trying to kill me, or I have to build something or figure something out. Sounds like a lot of work. I've been thinking and figuring stuff out all day. You're somewhat looking forward to gameplay? Nick, are you for... Hold on a second. Chauncey, you're going to want to hear this. Everyone, hold on. Let's turn this damn music off. Hold on. Wait, how do I turn the music off? All right, everyone, silence. Nick, his sister's nephew caught a lizard. Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much. I wanted to turn the music down. I wanted everything silent so that we could pay proper tribute to this news. That such an amazing thing happened. And that, Nick, you brought that here to share with us. This is one of the greatest moments in my 5 years on my channel. Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much for that. And Brad, you're looking for some bad decisions? And Miju, what are you doing up so late? His sister's nephew's father. Sister's nephew's father. Oh, the father! Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got it wrong. Thank you for pointing that out. Sister's nephew's father. Well, that changes everything. I mean, when I thought it was just the sister's nephew, that was one thing. But sister's nephew's father? We're talking about multiple generations of potential witnesses to this event. This could be a real game changer. 2021 is off to a monumental start. This is going to change everything. Nick, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, that's how it all started. It was just a joke. The joke about, and I don't know if you saw this, Miju, but I was in Miju's stream earlier tonight, a couple hours ago. And she was playing Smash Brothers. Super Smash Brothers. One of Smash, I don't know if it's, do they number them anymore? I had one for the Wii. And I was marveling at how she could play that game and be doing combat and all that stuff and still consistently catching comments in the chat. I was like, I would never. That's why I spend the first 45 minutes just talking. Because even if, like, I'm going to play a game and it's going to be a very low-key game. But if I start paying attention to it, I'm going to start missing comments like crazy. You made a triangle, Nick. You're always sisters, nephews, father, caught a lizard. Wouldn't that be the brother? It could be a brother-in-law. Is it my brother caught a lizard? My sister's I caught a lizard? Hold on a minute. Nick, you're blowing my mind here. You're blowing my mind. You love lizards? Miju, so do I. And so do we all. It's hard to see because it probably just looks like sneeze residue, but all these icons around are golden lizards. It is what you get for being a sponsor for 2 years. When you start, like Starling here, you get the green dollar coin. And then you go up to the bronze dollar coin, the silver dollar coin. The gold dollar coin, I think, is at 6 months. And then 1 year, you get the golden G-Law. And that used to be the top. It's that picture of me that I used to show in my tuxedo with the bow tie. It's like a little coin icon of that. Nobody's got that anymore. They've all graduated to the 2-year icon, which is the coveted golden lizard. Because everyone wants to catch the lizard. Hold on a minute. Well, either Nick caught the lizard or Nick has another sibling that caught a lizard. Or, let me see. Is there any way else it could be a nephew? Probably not, huh? Maybe if the sister got married and her brother-in-law, yeah, that was another thing it could have been. You have lizards in North Carolina and they're so cute. See, okay, the joke about the lizards was, and I forget how it got brought up, but I was talking about how I kind of like the smaller streams of just like the regular people that I'm used to, as opposed to particularly playing games that draw a huge crowd that might include a lot of kids. And so, like, I have these kind of fun conversations with people, but my audience tends to be, and there are people in their teens and 20s and whatever. I think Starling, last I checked, you were a teenager. I don't know that it's been enough years for you to not be a teenager anymore, but I think you're in your late teens at this point. But the joke was, like, when you get streams with a bunch of kids that come in, they come in the stream, they get all excited because they want to tell you something that you're just like, wow, that's great. Thanks. And you want to be gracious because the fact that they want to come in and share this thing with you that they think is cool or that they think you're going to be impressed by, that actually does mean something. But it can sometimes be hard to muster the enthusiasm and see so the joke became that the sort of universal stand-in for that scenario is someone coming in super excited to tell me that my sister caught a lizard. And then, like, okay, now I need to react with the appropriate enthusiasm to this news that I've just heard about that his sister caught a lizard. And now it's become a whole thing where it's used sparingly, but once in a while, Nick or usually it's Nick, will mention someone catching a lizard. It's more exciting when it's not even the person that came in, it's someone knows somebody that caught a lizard. Makes it even more like, wow, thanks for breaking that news. Says you were 13. Okay, that's what I thought, which would put you at around 17 or 18 now, right? I was streaming Lord of the Ring online, and it was just the regulars. Yep. That was, I think, the stream where I realized the entertainment value of, as Brad put it, the freakishly proportioned Hobbit of Lord of the Rings Online. They are okay. They are hard to catch. This is true. And I don't want to downplay anyone's accomplishments. Miju, if you caught a lizard, I'd be very impressed. If your sister caught a lizard, you let me know. We will all be very impressed. We'll stop the whole stream in honor of the news. That's why I'm better at playing games that you pause a lot or that are turn-based. I remember catching lizards when I was a kid. They were fast. They're fast and they're darty. I think you basically had to kind of trick them trick them to run into a box and then close the box or something like that. I don't remember doing a lot of like, gotcha. You just turned 18 a few days ago. Holy moly, that's a big one. That's a big one, Starling. I keep wanting to call you Eerie Style. So wait, is Starling your new main? Is that the name you're going by online these days? Starling. You ever read Robin Hobb? Isn't that a name of a character in Robin Hobb? The Assassins series? Assassin's Apprentice? Anyways. I'm trying to remember now. Alright, I'll show you the game. We will get to the game. All this talk of imaginary lizards being caught by imaginary people. Well, Nick's not imaginary. Let me... Actually, I think this game takes a while to load.
45 seconds of gameplay.
And then, then I'll show you what's what in my dynasty. I've been playing this save for about a week. Clarice Starling from Silence of the Lambs. Okay. Trying to remember what's the name of this character in the book that I read. I want to say it's a minstrel named Starling. Hello, Clarice. But yeah, while I was in Miju's stream, I mentioned that I was playing Crusader Kings 3, and she was like, who's it who? What, 3? And it's one of those series that not everybody knows. I was joking, well, joking, not joking, that one of my specialties on my channel is playing games that no one's ever heard of, and most people don't want to play anyway. I've played quite a few of those. Battle Brothers comes as the most prominent example of the last several months. People were almost upset that I was playing that game. They're like, this game looks dumb. Why are you playing it? I've never heard of it. Its graphics are stupid. Oh, alright. Brad, you've read Robin Hobb? Really? And you don't even think they're any good? It's a woman, Brad, Robin. She's written a lot of books. Alright, hold on, let me get this. Alright. So, yep, it's a grand strategy. You play as the head of a dynasty. But you're playing the dynasty, but you're playing one character at a time. You're always playing the head of the dynasty. So in this case, I'm currently playing High King Lawrence II, Mac Lawrence of Ireland. So he's King Lawrence II, son of Lawrence. And you can check his let me see, can I see his lineage from here? He's from the Hawk family. So the first character that I created was High King Lawrence the First. He was Lawrence Hawk. It's the Hawk family, the Hawk dynasty. He's Lawrence Hawk. And hey, Gun Kid, what's up? Yeah, you can do a lot more customization. So this was I tried to make a guy that looked like me, and it turns out especially as he got older, I realized, oh, this guy doesn't really look like me, but he's chubby and he had short hair and a beard. It kind of works. But yeah, so I started with him. He got married, and he only had 3 kids. There was Lawrence II, Alalee Hawk, and Prince Brad Prichard. Well, he wasn't a prince, but he is now. I guess he would have been a prince, because it was the High King. And Lawrence II has had a lot of kids. Alright? Yeah, it's EV23. There's Lawrence Hawk. He'll be Lawrence III if he makes it. He's had a rough start. He accidentally killed someone in a hunting accident, and the current Lawrence that I'm playing saw it and had to decide whether to just kill his son for murder or to help him hide the secret. It was an accident. But now Lawrence Hawk has a secret that he accidentally killed somebody on a hunt. That it's possible someone may learn and exploit that later. Nick C. is next. Then there's Jaws Sedai Hawk, who's actually got his own kid, a daughter named Moraine Hawk. Joss probably not here, but he'd know what Moraine means. Alalee! There you are, Alalee. Oh god, you're in jail right now. Sorry, I didn't put you in jail. You got married to, I don't know, some Frenchman or something? And then that person went to war with someone else, and apparently whatever city you were living in got sieged, and you got put in jail. I would never put you in jail, Alalee. Ever, never. Gun Kid, you're in here too, man. You are Prince Gun Kid. Let me see. So we got Madros Hawk and his son. He named his first son Lawrence. Then there's Ava, who actually is married to Brad. So she's both my daughter and my sister-in-law. Then there's Prince Gun Kid. You're 23. You came of age in the last few years. You got a son. I named him. Stop naming names, but I should keep doing it. Because once the next in line comes, all these siblings are going to become their own separate, they're going to be their own separate thing that are not under my direct line anymore. So once I die, I will start playing, unless something weird happens to Lawrence III, I will start playing as High King Lawrence III. Of course, if he dies, then Nick will cede the throne, and so on. So yeah, that's Lil Gun. There's Noxai or Chaos. James Baker Hawk has a little wee one. There's Princess Ashley Long, and there's Keith Hawk. Yeah, Gun Kid. I'm sorry to say, your character didn't grow up to be the greatest. Let me see. He's impatient. He's content, so that's good. You're less likely to try and seize land from me. Greedy. You're an intricate web weaver, so you're like a spy. You're sort of conniving. You're spindly. I don't know why you're spindly. Gun Kid's limbs are long and knobby. I swear I didn't cause any of that to happen. It just happened, Gun Kid. And maybe it's because you're twins. Wait, who's your twin? Let me see. Siblings. I think, is your twin Ava? I forgot that we had twins. Yeah, I think Ava's the other twin. She's not spindly, though, but she's scarred. I don't know if it's from being born a twin or not. I'm not sure how she got scarred. Alalee? As apart from being in jail, let's see, you are calm. You are shy. You are patient. You are a mastermind philosopher. You're reclusive. And you're a drunkard. I don't know how that fit into it, but you have all these sort of austere, like, these traits, like, oh, she's a scholar and a thinker, and she's like fucking blasted all the time. Let me see. What else we got? Brad is sadistic. He's impatient. He's arrogant. He is a charismatic negotiator. The first three are his personality traits. These other ones are more like sort of the ways he's made his way through the world. Charismatic negotiator, a forwarder. So apparently, when he's leading troops, he's good at leading them across water without a penalty. Flexible leader. That's also about battlefield terrain. And he's a patriarch. He's a patriarch of his own family. Apparently Brad's got a whole bunch of his own kids, too. I didn't name any of them because he had those kids after I lost control of him. That sounds like you, Ali. So let's see. Who else we got? We got Nick. Oops. Nick is compassionate, honest, cynical. He is an intricate web weaver, and he's delicate. That's a congenital trait. I actually had the original Lawrence Hawk. You do like a balance system where you can have good traits and bad traits, and I had him be delicate, and it's just like it's not exactly unhealthy, but it's just like slightly unhealthy. So I'm like, that's sort of like me. And hello, Rasmodius. So yeah, there's Nick C. Nick C's looks like has not had any kids yet. And Joss isn't here yet. Gun Kid we went over. Noxire's not here, I don't think. Or Chaos here. James Baker. James Baker is generous, lazy, gregarious, and an intricate web weaver. I don't know how they all end up being intricate web weavers. My only thought is each character that you have can educate a certain number of kids at a time, 2 or 3. And so at first I was having me educate people, but at a certain point I had one of my wives, we'll get to that in a minute, with a good scholarly skill to be the educator for some of the other kids. And I'm guessing maybe it's the mother that was teaching them might have had some spy-like talents that she passed on to them, maybe? I last played this yesterday, I think. No, the day before yesterday. Because yesterday I played... I was playing Dead by Daylight with Nick and Beck. And... Ashley, Keith, they're not here. So this is everybody. Let me see if Lil Gun. What do we know about Lil Gun so far? He's only 5, so he hasn't developed yet. The only trait he has is bossy. That could later turn into like a wrathful or aggressive behavior on the battlefield. But as a kid, Lil Gun is bossy. Lil Gun Nick Gun Kid Hawk. So, yeah, and all this is just looking over the family tree. So, right now, it's actually pretty complex the way this game comes out. So, I started off as there's this little duchy down here, and I think I either had just this or maybe both of these counties that belong to me, and I slowly steamrolled across. You can have your counselors. You got like the what is that thing called in Game of Thrones? The Council of the King. You have the Spy Master, the Marshal, the Steward, the Chancellor, the Archbishop, and they're like your High Council that does different things. And you can have the Archbishop use his scholarly abilities to go into other counties, foreign counties, and locate paperwork demonstrating that you have a rightful claim to rulership over those lands. And so one at a time you have him go, I'm going to have him go to here to Ossuary, and then he spends maybe a year or so there, and after about a year, if everything goes all right, he'll be like, hey, I found some paperwork saying that you have birthrights to rule Ossuary. You want to press this claim, and if you have money, you can press the claim, and then in this game, you can't just attack anybody you want. You can only declare war on people if you have a justification. So if you have a justification, so let's see, like here, England is here, but England has these things up here. Now at this point, because I have so much of Ireland, I have a claim, or I actually have the title of King of Ireland, even though I don't control this. But because I am King of Ireland, that means that I have a justification to side of the war score. Then you can press your claim and basically say, I'm going to enforce my demands, and the war will end, and now you own Ulster. So it's not like you can steamroll like in Civilization, where you just like, oh, I'm just going to steamroll armies all the way through England, and now I own England. Yay! You'll have a big war, and it's only to dispute over one piece of land, for example. And, well, Scott, see, the idea, what I was hoping would happen is I would get all of Ireland, and then I would hop across here, and I would take out these. Oh no, does Norway own this shit now? Oh, that's a problem. I thought this was like a little... They must have taken over. I thought this was... Yeah, originally this seemed to be just like a little... not very strong independent kingdom on the side of Scotland. But now if I attack this, I'm going to have to fight all that shit. So, gotta be careful. Maybe if they have like a civil war and he breaks off later and he's by himself, then I'll go for him. Gotta be careful about who you pick fights with. So, and a few times now, I have tried to dip my toes into attacking these when I thought England was busy with revolutions or civil wars or wars with somebody else. And I'd be like, hey, while their armies are tied up over there, I'm just going to whip in here and attack Ulster and take Ulster. But for some reason, whenever I do that, all of a sudden, 15,000 troops will show up. And right now, the total that I'm capable of raising is 4,600. So if 12,000 soldiers show up at my doorstep, there's not a lot I'm going to be able to do about it. You conquer in the name of fashion. They are dare. Oh, Joss is here. I was going over my dynasty, and one of them is you. Let me see. Family tree. You are Joss Sedai Hawk, and you have a daughter, Moraine Hawk. I think I spelled it right. I listened to the audiobooks. Joss Sedai and Moraine, his daughter Moraine Hawk. Joss, you are callous, diligent, patient, and astute intellectual. I didn't notice you before. Were you talking for 30 minutes? Oh yeah, you're I'm just scrolling up. Yeah, you've been here for a while. I don't know if it's been 30 minutes though, has it? At least not chatting. No, yeah, it was. There you are. Okay, never mind. You've been here for a while. You've been here a long time. I'm sure Joss appreciates that you not bringing up cashews, although this does not strike me as a particularly G-Law 2.0 kind of game. So yeah. So basically, and it's a real-time thing, but you can have it be really slow, so you can see the timer down here. And I set it to go. If there's stuff going on, you either have it paused or you have it going really slow. You can see each day is taking about 3, 4, 5 seconds. Big bold entrance. Oh, see, there's Matus. I always notice Matus. Hey, watch the caps. Like, but he got my attention though, didn't he? What kind of lesson is Matus learning right now? I'm a little scared to monkey with religions. I mean, you can create religions in this version. In past Crusader Kings, that wasn't a thing. And so this is It's Insular Christianity. It's a form that, because it's far away from the Vatican, it's not like Protestantism. That hasn't happened yet. But I guess in these days, you get far enough away from Rome, and it's kind of like, yeah, we're like Christian or whatever, I think. Right? Well, how do you do that? Have 3 wives? That's right. You have to have 3 wives. Isn't that somewhere in that book that we can't read? Was there a book we're supposed to read? So, yeah, these people out on the outskirts. So, well, you could actually, I'm pretty damn outnumbered. I didn't realize just about everybody is Catholic except for me. And it's starting to infiltrate my lands. You can see Catholic. Here's Insular Christianity. Well, let me see. Divorce must be approved by the bishop. Now, here's the thing with the polygamists. If you don't have enough wives, you will get a piety penalty. So there's different sorts of like currencies. There's literal money, but there's also prestige, which is what you need to spend in order to do certain like diplomatic things. There's piety, which you spend to do pious things like forcing people to convert or having influence with holy people. And then there's renown, which is it's sort of like prestige is per character. So if you die, that prestige is gone. And then the next one in line will have, based on what's happened to them so far, will start with a certain amount of prestige, but it'll be probably a bit lower. The renown is your family thing, and it builds up. But you do spend these. So it says 37, but I had like over 1,000. You can spend it on stuff. Stuff. I spent it on something that makes it more likely. It's like pure blood or something. It makes it more like, or strong blood. It makes it more likely for your characters to either pass on or develop beneficial beneficial congenital traits that can be passed on. But what is this? Marriage between cousins, aunts, nephews, uncles, nieces is allowed. Sexual relations between cousins, aunts, nephews, and nieces will not give incest secret. I think it's still like adultery is still not good. You can legitimize bastards. It's kind of like an easygoing a little bit version of Christianity in these days, because if you're a different kind of Christian, they're like, no, you're cool. We're still good with you. We all believe in our own ways, and that's how you do it, and this is how I do it. Where certain other denominations might not be that easygoing about different versions. In particular, the Catholics don't seem to like the fact that we're polygamists. Every time I try to propose marriage to get a third wife from some Catholic nation, they're like, no, I can't marry you. You already got 2 wives. I'm not allowed. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. No, these are the things you can't do in my religion. There's no same sex is shunned. It's not quite criminal, but it's shunned. Male adultery is shunned. Female adultery, criminal. Deviancy. What is deviancy? And these are traits. So you can be a deviant trait. These are traits that your guys can have. You can be a sodomite. You're considered shunned. Adulterer. Now, my original character, when I made him, I had him be like I thought it'd be kind of funny to make him like a gigolo. But it was like, he had the trait of being someone that had sex outside of wedlock, not adultery. So, which meant that he played around before he got married. And I thought, oh, that'd be kind of like a fun little trait. And it's considered a negative, so I can buy more positive traits when I'm building the character. And then I realized, I got in game and I realized every single person in the damn planet will like you less. Not a lot, but 5% less. Because they're aware that you fool around outside of marriage before you got married. Like, what? It was not even in game I was doing that stuff. That was stuff that happened before, whatever. So, male adultery, kinslaying is criminal. Witchcraft, sorry, Nick, is criminal. I can decriminalize. Well, I don't think that's going to happen, because I think you can create religions, and I haven't studied up too much on that, but I know that generally the way these games work is if you're in a world that looks like this, and you're not something that fits in well with what all this is, you're going to have a very bad time. So the other kinds of Christians, they're still kind of like, well, at least you're not one of these people down here and these other not Christian, really wrong religions. Are these Asian, the Eastern religions? That's bad, but that's over there. But we over here, we're Catholic. And what you're doing over there in that island, your little backwards island, we're gonna just hope you catch up. That's basically, I think, how they look at it. And that's basically what happened. Everything sort of got caught up. And then until the Reformation, and then everything fucking went crazy. Ding dong, your religion is wrong. Exactly, there you go. So, but you can create religions. Let me see. And yeah, you can create them, and you can assign all sorts of things to them. I haven't looked into that because my plan is hopefully just to become Catholic so I fit in with the rest of the Western world. Standing out for being a different religion, not always great for survival in medieval Europe. But yeah, the Insular Christianity. You can see Catholicism has 681 counties. Counties are sort of like the smallest playable units. And even counties are made up of different things inside, but they're more like you have the stronghold, you have a city, and you can have a monastery and different little regions within the county. But the county is sort of the basic unit of things that you control. And counties clump together to be duchies. Duchies clump together to be kingdoms. And kingdoms, in many cases, can be clumped together into empires. Don't conform. I want to thrive, Brad. I don't want the Pope crushing me to the ground. I'm kind of rooting for Catholicism to just kind of... It's like, oh no, I'm Catholic now. Gee, I was hoping to be this like backwater version of Christianity that no one else likes forever, and to always be penalized if I didn't have enough wives. Because here's another thing that I don't like about my current situation in Ireland. Alright? So we have, at this time in Ireland, the laws of succession are partition laws. Now what that means is, under Confederate partition, your titles would be divided equally between your children. So that means that, and look how many damn kids I have. I have wives coming out my wazoo, and they're all pumping out kids for decades, right? So that's why you look at my family tree, and it looks like this. All right? So all these, at least the dudes especially, but I think maybe it seems the females can get them too. We're all whatever provinces I have, we're just going to split them all up equally. It's not like my heir is going to get what I had. It's like, no, you're going to get like this one thing. Now, because you had 10 brothers. So that's one of my orders of business is try to move my culture forward past this kind of weird, whatever's going on in the backwater of Ireland, their weird arrangements. They got their weird religion. They got their weird political lines like succession laws. We need to catch up with the rest of Europe because this is a bunch of bullshit that's happening to Ireland. They need to get up to the Middle Ages, you know? They catch up. What? Am I feeling the urn right now? Hold on. Do I still have the shortcut? There we go. It's a raid. Condition raid. Welcome, raiders. Hello. Wow. Ernie. Flapper. What you got going on here? This is kind of a hefty raid that's happening to my channel right now. And hello, lots of familiar names. Airbending Eagle. How you doing, buddy? Lightning Farron. Welcome. Thank you. Clayflower. Welcome. Helena the unicorn. I was going to say uniform. That's wrong. Helena the unicorn, welcome. Alexander M, welcome. There's Flapper, the man himself. How you doing, man? How you doing? Tedrick85, welcome. How's we doing? I'm assuming everybody here knows Flapper. That's the benefit of my channel. Is it's been the same 12 people showing up here for the past 5 years. There's really no new people here. So if you knew people on my channel within the last 3 years, it's pretty much the same people. 45 seconds.
45 seconds of gameplay.
Well, you caught me actually talking about... you actually caught me showing my game to people. You've heard of this Flapper and like him? I also have been familiar with this Flapper for some time. And I like him as well. He's a good sort. He's a good sort. 45 seconds. That was, I'm assuming you all seen this. Maybe there's some new people. I actually made this.
45 seconds of gameplay.
Well, I didn't play the saxophone or anything, and I didn't hire Van Damme or Sax Guy, but I did the 45 seconds of gameplay thing myself. Oh, hold on. I didn't mean to do it. Oh. The Talons of Justice, I can't make happen on cue. Talons of Justice only happens when people subscribe. And I think there's a fairly good chance that almost everyone that you might bring to one of my streams is already subscribed. I can't say for sure. But if anyone is not subscribed and you want to see the Talons of Justice, notice. That's one of the very first things I did with my channel. Yeah, I use 135 seconds of gameplay. That's for each of the 3. Wow, you added that up. That's pretty good. for the Talons of Justice and that handsome guy, gaming lawyer. Oh wait, I might still have the Brian Wilson video. I think I can show you guys that. I made my sub notifier out of it. Oh yeah.
Brian Wilson, Texas Lawhawk. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk. Talons of Justice. Due process. Do wheelies. It's hot out here. Brian Wilson, El Halcon de la Ley. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk. Hey guys.
All right, I think that's the main thing you need to see. Oh, wrong one.
45 seconds of gameplay.
It's hot out here. Well, I appreciate the effort, Helena. I don't know if it keeps track of that stuff. If you were subbed and you sub again, I don't know how it would know that. And I did have a problem where someone did something that should have triggered a notification, and I didn't get it once. But it seemed to be working tonight because I got a new sponsor, and they gave us the Talons of Sponsorship notification. So, I think under normal, it is working or should be working. Better to be a law hawk than an illegal eagle. An illegal. Someone just called me. Well, now I have that built into I have that built in as a source in OBS. So if I go back we have to start the whole thing over. Unfortunately. Maybe I should have just let it go. It would have only been another minute or so. I just wanted to make sure everyone saw where Talons of Justice came from, though. That was the main purpose going into that thing. And let's see. This is House Hawk, and the lineage is Lawrence Hawk. This is High King Lawrence II. Lawrence Hawk is a repeating naming convention that I use on my channel. Lawrence Hawk. Oh. Yeah, I don't always understand how the notifications, when they sometimes decide to work or not work. That's right, Brad Prichard. Well, I got a ton of family, but Brad Prichard is my only brother. I started before King Lawrence II came into being and had a gajillion kids. Originally, it was just King Lawrence I was playing, and he only had 3 kids. He had Lawrence II, he had Halloween Hawk, and he had Prince Brad Prichard. So, Lawrence Hawk. Well, Joss, we got to keep the Lawrence if we can. The king should be a series of Lawrences, don't you think? You really think that we should disrupt the line of Lawrence Hawks as king? We've already got the eldest son of King Lawrence II is Prince Lawrence Mac Lawrence of Ireland. And someday, he's going to be High King Lawrence III Mac Lawrence of Ireland. And High King Lawrence II Mac Lawrence of Ireland is 62. And he has a trait called delicate. And right around the early 60s is when, these days that I've seen so far, a lot of people start dying of old age in their 60s in the 1100s. So I have a feeling Lawrence Hawk III. Well, here's the thing, Joss. As one of my children, all of my children have an implicit claim to all of my holdings. It's just that and actually, Joss, I think you're in line to inherit, because all the titles get split. So the Kingdom of Ireland, that's going to Lawrence. He's going to be Lawrence III. Lawrence III is also getting, this is a duchy. It's called the Petty Kingdom of Mustard. But it's this little dad down in the corner. It's a duchy. And then everything else is going to be spread amongst my kids. So the Petty Kingdom of Meath is going to Nick. I get to keep this county. It's going to go to Lawrence. That county. Wow, Nick, you're going to have more than I do. You're going to have both the Petty Kingdom and 2 counties. I'm only going to have direct control over 1 county as Lawrence III. Nick, you're going to have 2. Joss, you are going to inherit the county of Galloway. And Madros is going to be your neighbor. You're probably going to have tensions with him. Now, one thing I'm not entirely sure about is, as the King of Ireland, I'll have claim over anybody that's here. But I don't believe once these titles pass to someone else, I don't think I'm going to have claim to them as King Lawrence III. Because, yeah, I don't think he's... So I think Joss and Madros, once you inherit these... who's got this? I think there's a good chance that you're just going to be independent. We're going to have to see what happens. I'll be kind of curious. Oh, Flapper. All right. Hey, thanks for the raid, man. Have a good night. I should hire the Lawhawk trucking company to make deliveries all across Europe. We could pretend that's already happening. You know, like the wagon. Lawhawk. Wagon logistics. Cool. Well, Airbending Eagle. Now, you know how I named people? Is, as I've been playing, when it was time to name people, I would literally go into my, starting with my most recent streams, just see like, who are the first people that showed up? And I'd be like, all right, put Nick, put this, put that. And so unfortunately, there is a bias. And then I do start reaching back further as more names get stated. But just about everybody that I've named have been people that I've gone back, starting with my most recent stream, to the stream before that, and so forth, and picked names out. Which is one reason why I was like, well, how come there's no Matus? I think Matus is in every single stream too. Oh, I have no control over what these people look like. The only control that I had over what anybody looked like was when I created the original. When I created the original character, this is the only one that I created that I could customize at all. And the 40-year-old version of him, I thought looked remotely like me. As he actually aged into his 50s, he looked less and less like me. But this, I was actually trying to make this guy look like me. And the son, let's see, does he look like the mother? I don't know. But King Lawrence II, not a handsome man. Unfortunately. And all you guys, with the exception of Brad and Alalie, you're all from Ugly Face here. Ugly Mug gave birth to all of you. So I think some of you are not looking so bad, all things considered. Madros, maybe you gotta age. A gun kid is unfortunate looking. He's what was the word? Spindly. He's spindly. Ava is scarred. Other people are looking reasonable. I have a bunch of wives. Maybe a couple of them were kind of nice looking. Let's see. Secondary spouses. There's my main wife. My secondary wife. My third wife. My original first wife died, so I had to get more. Gun Kid is unfortunate looking. Well, it flat out says he's spindly. I don't know how he became spindly, but he did. Let me see, who his parents? Maybe he got it from his mom. Was she spindly? Nope. She was scarred, though. I think, is she the one? Yeah, she's the one that died. She died in 1073, so... wow. No, she died in 1125, so she's been gone for about 7 years. You're with a bunch of wives? My religion requires it, alright? I don't want this many wives, and since I gotta split everything that I own, all my titles get split evenly among my kids, from a gameplay perspective, I do not want this many kids, alright? I think in the future... Okay, one of the things you can do in this game is you earn... Where is it? Is it this? You choose different lifestyles to focus on, and it's basically like talent trees. And you always have one that you're sort of the most, based on your background and your education, that you're the most adept at learning. But there's one here that I just learned about or realized, and it's under the learning tree. If you do like you do the body sciences, the second one here is called Restraint. And it lets you at will embrace celibacy or abandon celibacy. So right now, I keep getting all these nagging reminders that Lawrence Hawk can marry. Lawrence Hawk can marry. Lawrence Hawk is 33 and he's still single. And you know why he's single? Because I don't want him to start having kids yet. If I got him married like they wanted me to at 16, which is considered of age, then I'm not controlling him directly. I'm only like playing the ruler. So right now, he'd be having kids all over the damn place, and there's not a thing I could do about it. We don't want that. We want to limit the number of heirs that he produces, so that whatever he gets, he does not. Maybe I could even just get that thing for him, then have his first kid, and then he'll go, as soon as he has his first male child, bam, celibate. And then we'll just leave it there. Then he can start probably backstabbing the other members of the family, all of his siblings that inherited the other titles. Watch out, Nick. Lawrence III may be coming for you. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see what happens. But ultimately, what I would like to happen, and the reason this type of succession law exists, is it's based on the Irish culture at this time. So right now, like, there are different, more flexible versions of partition about your kids. I can't choose any of them because, like this says, I don't have the Irish innovation of hereditary rule, which is you can focus on one at a time. Now, right now, which one is heraldry? High partition. If I get heraldry, then I can choose high partition. And in this one, it says the lion's share of titles will go to your player's heir, and the rest will be divided between your children. So at least they're still dividing it among the children, but at least if I can get to this one, then whoever my heir is going to get most of it, right? So that's what I'm focusing on now. Now, I don't know. Now, this is highly accelerated because we're focusing on it. It's expected to take about 30 years to learn, which guess who's going to be long dead by then, right? Lawrence, High King Lawrence II's not going to live there. I'd say High King Lawrence, I'm almost surprised he's still alive. At 62 or 63, wherever he is. He's not going to be around very much longer. I just know it. He got sick about a year ago, and I thought he was going to die. He pulled through. He's got a great physician. The court physician is actually Lawrence. I think it's Lawrence III, or is it Nick? Let me see. If Prince Lawrence is the court physician. He was the best person in my court. The most learned person in my court. So he's the physician. He nursed me back to health. So yeah, the succession laws, though. What I want is primogeniture. And that's like the kind of succession that you're used to hearing about in the Middle Ages. That's where the first in line inherits whatever I have. That's how it should be. From a gameplay perspective, that's good. That's good. But there are also things like your domain. I can only have 6 holdings. That means I can actually only control 6 counties. So if I got to where and the more you advance your prestige and your renown and your crown authority is another thing that you increase at the expense of popularity among your vassals. They don't like it when you become higher crown authority, but that's something else you can evolve. There's all these things you can kind of grow and evolve your kingdom into. But the thing is when, so let's say he had somebody he's controlling 6 territories directly, not through vassals, 6 that are his, that he doesn't have, and so when he raises armies, he can raise all of them, they're his. Everyone else, if you go to war, they're only required to give you a certain amount of their soldiers. When the taxes, you're only getting a certain percentage of their taxes. The stuff that you own, that's all yours. So when you go to war, it's mostly your soldiers make up most of that army. And that's why it's like, you don't want to be all your kids to own everything and you just own one little thing in the corner, even though they're your vassals. Now take everything you said, imagine they are really people. That's how I feel about it. Once you get into this game. So yeah. So say if my heir inherited everything that I had, there could be a problem of the new king doesn't have the influence or the power to effectively rule as many domains as I do. So at that point, I might choose, okay, my brother can have this county, but you choose who gets what. You can decide, like, okay, I want to keep this stuff. You can have this. Because even your children will start getting pissed if you don't give them land. But sometimes you're like, no, I'm keeping my land, so they can be pissed. The problem is they will create factions. And if you're not a good ruler, your other vassals might join those factions against you to enforce whatever it is that the faction leader wants. Let me see if I have any factions right now against me. There is one faction. It was started by not someone from my family. It's the Earl of... He's in my little petty kingdom. He's my vassal. And he wants to lower crown authority. So, where's crown authority? I have crown authority at 3 out of 4. High crown authority. So, vassals don't necessarily like that. So, if you have vassals that don't particularly like you, they may be inclined to start factions to try to convince everyone else, hey, this guy shouldn't have... The only reason he has high authority is because we let him. Let's stop him. So, but as it is right now, I think most of my vassals like me pretty good. Let's see. Brad loves me. 100 out of 100. 71. There's 40. That's not great. 76. 16. Okay, so there are a couple, but that's just the mayor, though. Here, there's a city. They don't have a lot of armies. The mayors. A couple low mayors. The main ones that can mess you up are the earls. Or if you end up with dukes. And they join a faction against you, that's when they're going to bring the hurt. I've never heard of Gemfire. What is Gemfire? I'm not sure what's going to happen. We're going to find out soon enough. I'm going to let time trickle slowly forward. So we got our military. The levies are what I can raise. And are these between... I can't remember exactly how it works. If my vassals, how much they give me into that. But these are all unraised, so I don't have a standing army up right now. And then I've got men-at-arms, which are basically hired armies, and they're standing by and ready to go. And you can build those up, but however many you keep growing them, even when they're unraised, in the background they're going to be costing you money. So you got to be careful not to get too crazy with that. Oh, a faction targeting me has been disbanded. So you know what that probably means is the dude that was starting the faction, I started a plot, which is, in this case, it wasn't a bad thing. You can plot against other characters, and they can be good plots or bad plots. And most of the plotting I do is, let me see, Sway Earl. Yeah, so that's him. Sway Earl Arbrad. That was the guy that was starting the faction. And over the course of months or years, if you're doing this sway thing, if you're successful at it, their opinion of you will improve. So if a person's starting a faction against you, and you can persuade them over time to like you enough, they might be like, hey, you know this whole thing about lowering your crown authority? I don't know what I was thinking. You're swell. So it sounds like, did that just happen? Yeah, there's no more factions. It's gone now. Gemfire's early 90s game on the NES, SNES, Sega. I don't remember that. Is it this kind of game? I mean, because I would probably always have been into a game like this. Thanks for what, James Baker? Came out a kingdom that fell apart and have different factions that fight each other to end up ruling it all. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the first... There was you guys... Anyone... You're probably... Most of you... Not old enough. Remember when the original Atari was out? 7800? Or 2600? My family had the competitor in television. And in the early 80s, in television came up with a game called Utopia. And it was basically 2 islands. And you can have one player play one play the other, like continents. And you build things on the church, a school, whatever. And then you can have fishing boats. And it was a little bit like a very, very, very basic game of Civilization. And I loved the shit out of that game. And that game is so basic. Like, I could never play it today. It just is too basic. But it was like, oh, I get to play like I'm ruling like a country. That's amazing. That was a lot different than Pac-Man. Okay, what's popping up? High Queen inspires recruitment. Okay, so I have focused recruitment for 10 years in the Earldom of Carrick. So my queen, despite her terrible martial skills, so your queen's stats can cause good things or bad things to happen in your kingdom, because it's a sign of her contribution to your rule. So right now, the recruitment of levies is being meticulously organized in this county, and the levy size, when I raise armies from there, is 25% bigger than it would be otherwise. So that's cool. These suggestions keep changing based on what's happening. There's low county control in Carrick. I can't really... I just took over these 3, so that means there's going to be sort of low morale. I can only work at one at a time, so I'm working one of them right now. I'm just going to have to live with that there's low control. Powerful vassal expects a council position. So every vassal is going to want to be on this council that you have. But obviously, the queen is always part of it. There's 5 positions, right? Not everybody's going to fit on the small council, all right? Beck, hey, how you doing? Welcome to my Crusader Kings 3 stream. I'm going to have to name you in here, too. I went over my entire family tree of all the people in my streams that are in here. Beck, I was playing Dead by Daylight with last night. Beck's been around YouTube streaming for a long time, since like 2015, 2016. You started right around the time I did. It seemed like you took a hiatus, or you didn't stream regularly until somewhat recently. And in recent weeks or months, you've been streaming like all the time. So, if anyone remembers Beck, and or like streamers that stream more than once a week at a random time that you can't always predict, Beck Snyder. Beck Snyder would appreciate your views, and she is deserving of them. I like Beck. We've known Beck a long time. Most of you probably already know Beck too. She talked me up so great last night. I was in her stream, and she said the nicest stuff about me to her viewers, and why they should subscribe to me. Made me blush. It was pretty generous. So I like to do the same. You're not Brad. You are in here, okay? You are the Chancellor. That's a very important position. All right? Now, sometimes 19 is good. You're really good at your job, too. I think anything 10 or above is... Like, 10 is eh. So the Spy Master with 11, eh. I'm having a hard time finding a Marshal. That's sort of your Minister of Defense. I'm having a hard time finding one that's good at it. Let me see. In my court, the person who's best at it is already my Spy Master. So, anyways, let's just hope we don't have to fight too much, because the dude in charge of my military is he's kind of a dumbass. Or, not a dumbass, he's just not good. Is he good at anything? You know what he's really good at? He would be great at being a chancellor. What Brad does. What's Brad's army skills? Brad is slightly better. But shouldn't we have Brad doing something he's good at? Because if we switch them out, then Earl Murdoch will be an excellent chancellor, and then Brad will be a slightly less shitty marshal. I'd rather feel like Brad, who I care about more, is shining. He's being used to his full potential. And if anybody's got to be a shitty marshal, it'll be this Earl who's not even part of the family. That's how That's how I feel about it. Yeah, Brad's great at fording rivers. He's a treacherous villain. He's sadistic. Few things bring Brad Prichard as much joy as the suffering of others. He's impatient. Brad Prichard thinks that most things should happen fast. Ideally, they should happen now. He's arrogant. Brad Prichard has no problem with his sense of worth. He's also a charismatic negotiator, so I guess he can overcome those negative personality traits. A master of persuasive rhetoric and the nuances of diplomacy, Brad Prichard is an excellent diplomat. So, good on you, Brad. No, I'm not going to point at Marshall. So, what I'm hoping will happen is, I'm hoping that our children are going to be better situated. Let me look at the family tree again. These are all my successors. There's EV23, Lawrence III, Nixie, Josadai, Madros, Ava, Gun Kid, Noxire, Ord Chaos, James Baker, Ashley Long, and Keith. These are all my kids that are going to divide my shit when I die. So Lawrence Hawk III is going to be like, not going to have very much to his name. It's unfortunate. But let's see. Nick, you would be the book learning is good for teaching you. It's good trait, but the council member that uses learning is the bishop, and you can't appoint bishops. They do their own thing. You can't fire them or hire them. Maybe there's some way I could persuade them. I don't know. You could have them murdered, but you got to keep that on the down low. And I don't think there's a way you can select who's going to replace them. That's sort of outside of your control. But you have a 12 diplomacy, Nick. That's not bad. Joss. Again, great book learning. Joss kind of suck. He's going to kind of suck at anything else on the small council, though. Madros. Uh-oh. It's another one with a 12 diplomacy. All right. It's going to be a long line of siblings lining up to be passable chancellors. Gun Kid. Hey, Gun Kid, with all your kind of screwed up personality, you'd make a good, you could make a good spy master. 11. I mean, it's not awesome, but, you know, it's better than everyone else. Noxire. He's got an 11 diplomacy, so he's not going to be good at anything. Ord Chaos. Ord Chaos won't be good at anything. James Baker. Another 11 diplomacy. Sorry, guys. Sorry, James. And, well, Prince Keith, he's only 13, so he hasn't developed all of his. Right now, he's charming, honest, and gluttonous. Keith frowns at moderation. He wants it all. Right? So, it's kind of funny seeing all these characters. That's sort of what's fun about this game, is it's just all about all these different personalities coming together and managing the relationships and trying to... Yeah, I barely even played it on stream. I've spent all this time just going over the different elements of my kingdom. I know, Joss. I'm sorry. I didn't make it that way. I will take some responsibility for Gun Kid not being that good, though. Gun Kid, are you still here? So, your character has something called stress. Right now, it's very low, because I've been managing it well. But as you can only have so many people that you're raising yourself, and then you got to pawn them off on, in my case, I've been mostly having my other wives teach people. I have had Brad, maybe that's why some people have been bad, because Brad's a smart dude, and I've been having Brad do a little teaching. Nick, I think I've had you teach some of my younger kids. So you're teaching your little brothers and stuff. But I think Gun Kid was the youngest that I still taught myself as Lawrence II. And as you're raising your kids, scenarios will come up where it's like, oh, your kid got caught in this situation. Maybe they did something good, or they did something bad, or they did something that's a little bit like whatever. And you either, if you're just like, hey, yeah, whatever you did, that's great, then you're cool. And sometimes it's a good thing. Like they got caught doing something and they fessed up to it. And they said, I'm very sorry, it was me, I won't do it again. And then it's like, if you can encourage that and just say, hey, that's great. It'll be like, hey, so-and-so has the honesty trait. And if you encourage it, he keeps it. But you can say other stuff like, never admit a damn thing. And then he might get like the conniving spy master type traits. There's dishonesty or, whatever. You can take those opportunities to steer them in other directions. But if you're steering them in directions that are away from your own traits, or in general, I think the effort of correcting them causes you stress. So after educating like 3 boys, by the time it got to Gun Kid, my stress level was already kind of high. And so Gun Kid would be like, hey, I just beat the shit out of a beggar. And I'd be like, yeah, whatever, that a boy. All right, carry on. So that's why as an adult, Gun Kid's got some questionable traits. Because it's sort of like whatever he wanted to do, when it was time for me to correct him, I'd just be like, that's good. That's whatever. There's funny stuff too. There was one, like, a situation came up. It's not about raising my kids, but it said during the annual tax tally, an entire village was missing and not accounted for, and the non-stress, non-confrontational reaction was, villages vanish all the time. Nothing to worry about. After Kid 3, screw it. I think there are people, I don't know if that's for everyone, but I'm sure there's some parents that they learn more with each kid, and it actually, by the time the 3rd or the 4th comes around, it can make them better parents. But I think conversely, there are probably some people that by the 3rd or 4th one, they're just like, oh, this bullshit again. They're like, yeah, whatever. Just whatever. They try to be super, like, we're going to have it be just strict rules, and we're going to have these special things, and everything's going to be very regimented, and my kid's going to be a genius. And then that kid starts hitting their teens, and they're like, all the stuff that we worked so hard to make him, he's just doing his own thing anyway, so who gives a fuck? Oh, my daughter-in-law, Isabel. Who's this? This is Nick C's wife. Has given birth to a son. Since the little one is part of the Hawk dynasty, he should be blessed with a good name. Now, Oscar was just the default name. Nick? Since it's your kid, do you want to, and you're on stream right now, do you want to name your child? Otherwise, I'll probably just call it Matus. Because Matus is the only one. It's the only, like, pretty constant regular that I haven't named yet. You just want to call him Mike? Alright. Not Michael, just Mike. That does happen. And in fact, who is it that I can... No. Who is she married to? It was Org Chaos's wife. Org Chaos's wife got pregnant with someone else's kid. And right now, I can legally imprison her if I want to. Because being an adulterous female is illegal in our religion. I've not chosen to pursue that, but I could. I could throw her in jail. So that didn't happen in Nick's case, but poor Org Chaos, that's exactly what happened to him. Lawyer getting dumber. Alright, we're just gonna call this... Nick seemed to like Mike Hawk. May you grow strong and wise, Mike Hawk. Mike Hawk. It took me a second. I got it. No wonder you didn't want to be Michael Hawk. Michael Hawk. Ah. Nick, your brain's always 2 steps ahead of me. Or my brain is 2 steps behind. Is that why Brad said I'm getting dumber? Alright, let's take a look. That's Mike MacNixie Hawk. So, joke's on you. The way that names work, Mike and Hawk don't end up next to each other. He's Mike MacNixie Hawk. So, there you go. Say that 10 times fast. And already, straight out of the womb, Mike Hawk's opinion of me is plus 71. You know why? Because I'm the patriarch, and he knows it. And I'm the heart of the family, and he knows it. And I'm the patriarch. Apparently I get credit for that twice, and he knows it. And he likes Confederate partition succession laws. That's what babies love! And I do have my illustrious prestige, which babies also appreciate. And he's aware and respectful of my personal diplomacy skills. Which, as he emerged from the womb, I must have made a very good impression by giving him some sort of a speech. So he could see and appreciate my diplomacy skills. So let's see. Who else is having a kid? My first words were Confederate succession law. Well, see, there you go, Brad. You get it. So this is Joss's kid. Joss, you just had a daughter. Wait a minute. Is this the one that cheated on you? Oh no, they're counting it as your daughter. Wait a minute. Is that right? Oh, it's Chaos's wife is the one that cheated. No, Joss, you're good. You're good. It's your kid. Hey, Joss. You want to name your daughter? Well, she knows she's good. She's faithful. At least as far as any of us knows. Maybe we'll find out later. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I already named your first kid Moraine on my off time. It was that's your second daughter. Right? Moraine. Oh, I guess, did one slip by me? Guilio? Oh. I don't know how you guys are siblings. Oh, I guess she was married before. Alright. Avienda. Avienda. I do it right? Can I copy and paste? Alright. So there she is. Again, pretty high opinion of me. Yep. Patriarch, heart of the family, Confederate, another kid, loves Confederate partition. And my personal diplomacy. Straight out of that birth canal. Immediately into that Confederate partition. Succession law. Into it. Jail the baby. Oh, let me see, can I? Let's see, that was Joss. Imprison. I do have a hook available. She's a kid. I can have her murdered. I can denounce her. I can prison her. I will gain 20 dread. It will be viewed as an act of tyranny, causing all subjects to lose respect for me. And Avienda will lose 30 opinion of me for... How would she even know? It's the only life she ever knew was a cell. Oh, the wife. Just so you know, if you want, I can put your fresh, straight out of the womb baby straight to prison. It's a thing I can do. I'm the king. All right? So... Let me see. The wife... Oh, but your wife is so nice. She's, well, she is fickle, but she didn't cheat on you. She's brave. She's greedy, fickle, and brave. All right. I don't know. Maybe putting her in jail would be heading off some tragedy in the future. Oh, wait. She's not at court? Where the fuck did... Okay, so she lives... Where the hell... She lives in France. Joss, did you move to France? Are you having a long-distance relationship? Where are you at? No, you're here in my court, at home. I see you every day. Your wife? In France. I don't know how you pulled off having a kid, but she's beyond my jurisdiction. What I can do, let me see, is she has some titles? She does have... She has a claim to this, so she might end up ruling that. Well, I screwed up if I have to ask her to come to court. She will not do it. She likes her current ruler too much. Yeah, that's mostly what it is. She really likes her current ruler. So much so that she will not entertain the possibility of moving. Well, I don't know what's going to happen once Joss inherits land. They just going to have their intercontinental relationship? I can't put her in jail. All I can do is put the baby in jail, Joss, so you got to think about it. Hey, Mike. Now, my favorite one... Oh, wait, there's another one. Who is this? Org Chaos. It's Org Chaos. Wait, is this the bastard baby? Hold on. Lover's pox. Marked by blisters and infection, Bran is afflicted by a venereal disease. That's a harsh way to start life. Oh, it can be inherited. Okay, I guess that mom... Wait, but which one's the bastard? Oh, okay, the 3-year-old is the bastard. Jail... No, the 3-year-old... I forgot. Okay. So this one is actual... Yeah, the parent. Some dude, some rando named Martin. Got with knocked up Joss's or Chaos' wife. But this one is. So, you know what? Orc Chaos's first legitimate son shall be called Matus. Or should be Ratus. I don't know, Matus. We're gonna go legit. Matus. Spouse grow fonder. What is this? To nurture relationships between the next generation of rulers is a duty we should not neglect. That's my queen saying that. Some of your more influential vassals have children that I am certain Lawrence would benefit from knowing. Oh, who should he know? So we're trying to make my heir meet some people? Well, this dude is lustful, fickle. He is generous. That's nice. He's handsome and a thrifty clerk. Heterosexual. All right. What else? Who else should he be? What are the other choices for Lawrence III's friendship? Temperate, generous, callous, bossy. I thought that was just a child's trait. Oh, he's 15. Okay, that's it. And stuttering. All right, that's not catastrophic. He's not evil. He's a little callous. VD for short. I'd make it so hetero. I think you can make that religion. I think you can. It'd be a very hard religion to have as your state religion in the Middle Ages. Be very hard to maintain a lineage. Let's see, what's the last one? Oh, this is a Hawk. Someone from the Hawk. It's Brad's son. Brad Prichard. I haven't been able to name any of your kids Brad because you had them all after you inherited. And once you inherited your own thing, you're no longer in my line. You are the fathers. We had the same father, but now you're not below me in the family tree anymore. You're my brother, so I don't get to name your kids. Let's see. Which kid is diligent, impatient, just like his good old dad, and greedy. Intricate web weaver. And a twin. Alright, which one is the least offensive? The lustful one. I think lust is considered an actual sin in my religion. Callous, generous, the temperate, callous, and bossy, and a stutterer. And Brad's kid, diligent, impatient, greedy. Who likes me the most? Sion likes me the most. Alright, I've heard good things about Sion. Brad's son. There we go. We'll see what comes of that. So Lawrence II is making friends with Brad's somewhat ill-reputed child. I can't imprison him. He's not in my court, Brad. You'd have to do it. Why don't you imprison him, Brad? Let's see. I don't think I can. Which one was it? Sion? Oh, is he your heir? That's your heir, Brad. All I can do is attempt to murder him or denounce him. You don't know which button to press? That's fair. Alright, I'm going to speed up time a little bit so things happen. You can make it go super fast, but most things pause it automatically, but some things don't. It used to be you could customize that to a very high degree, but they've streamlined the game quite a bit, and I'm not sure if that functionality is still there. Sometimes streamlining means less options. But I'm happy about certain things they streamlined. I played a ton of Crusader Kings 2 over the years. I hadn't been seriously into it for a few years, but when I did get into it, I've been in pretty deep a couple times. What's that? Both befriend and murder him? Brad, you want me to denounce your son? What is this? Oh, God. Who's calling me to war? So, all the kids that I married off to people, rulers of other provinces, you form alliances with them, and if they go to war, they ask you to join. What kind of bullshit war is it? Okay, allies. Alright, wait, let me get it. Did I just close that shit? I didn't mean to close the window on that. Oh, I don't need to keep swaying him. Let's sway some other people in my court. Okay, so... Oh, here it is. It's still there. They called a war. But while I'm remembering this, I gotta find members of the court that don't like me very much. Like this guy. He's not a big fan of me. I mean, he's 45. It could be worse. 17. Well, that's a mayor, though. We'll get to the mayor later. Right now, we're gonna change our swaying to this dude. Start scheme. Now, I found if you can try to end up become good friends with a lot of people. But then, as they get older and start dying, every time they die, you have a friend that dies, your character takes a stress hit. So I found it's been hard because I had to make a bunch of friends, and then they all started hitting that age where they started dying. And I had some real stress management problems for a few years there. All right, let's get back to this. The call to war. So, if I accept, I will join the Peasant Uprising as a defender. So this guy's having a Peasant Uprising. Where is he? He's in Spain. Okay. If I decline, it will cost me 750 fame. Where is my fame, anyways? Illustrious. No, that's my prestige. Fame is like supposedly a number that you gain with prestige. But I don't know if they track it separately. I can't see an actual number for fame. I might need to look into that. You say every time you gain prestige, you gain fame. So I lose a lot of fame if I don't honor the alliance. Fame is at the upper right? Are you bullshitting me, or is that a thing you know? Oh, up here. You mean up here? No, it just has prestige. It'll say level of fame. But then it doesn't give you actual fame points. Every time you gain prestige, you also get progress towards the next level of fame. The thing is, you can spend prestige. I don't think that's the same as spending fame, though. Maybe it is. Anyways, no, I'm going to accept. I have joined the Peasant Uprising. That reminds me, I think I've turned the... Did I turn all the music off? Be good. I turned it down because it gets noisy and I was... No, we got music on. Never mind. Alright, let's, this is where we were rallying troops before. Let's move our rally point to here. We're gonna raise all of our troops. Yeah, just soft. Oh, I can pick a new the perk for the diplomacy lifestyle. What was I doing? Not full. It's not going to matter that much because he doesn't have that much longer. Firm hand. What do I want? Dread? Do I want dread? I've been avoiding doing things that cause dread because I feel like it's mean. I want to be nice. So we'll do that. Maybe it's time people give me a little respect. Yeah, he's getting attacked by peasants. And we are up to 43, 40, 47. And where is this happening? Down here. That's the most direct route. Now, prior games, you actually had to build boats to transport you. In this game, you have to pay a certain amount. I think it's 1 gold per 100 men. And now you can see that they're raised. I'm operating at a monthly deficit. I'm losing. Luckily, I've got money in the bank, so it's not going to be an issue. Speed things up. You can see the progress bar filling up, and it goes like square by square. So it'll go here first, then here, then here, then here. And once they're in the boat moves relatively fast. Last time I wasn't paying attention and I joined someone else's war, like they were fighting over here in Sweden or something. And then all of a sudden I got this, I was paying attention. Okay, I'm chasing this guy down, fighting, I'm doing whatever. And it says your capital's under attack. And I was like, what the? And I came back over here and my capital's under siege. So you gotta watch out for this shit. Is it your birthday? Hey, Allalee's out of prison. Yay, my sister's been released. Sweet. Let's see, we're gonna... Oh yeah, looks like things aren't going so well for my ally. Well, guess who's about to get their ass kicked? 1,100 to 4,700. That's you, buddy. You're gonna get your ass kicked so hard. So, this is what combat looks like. Nixie was wounded. Okay, your forces... I took somebody hostage during the battle. Was that it? We won the war. I guess that was it. We put down the rebellion. So be it. I can disband my troops. Alright. So that's it. War's over. Do I still have that prisoner, though? Who did I capture? The Vindictive Adventurer. Because a lot of times you just end up capturing people in battle. Oh, this was the peasant leader. Can I ransom him off? For a favor? I want money. Alright, we're going to let him stew. You think about attacking what you did. Peasant leader. You think you sitting there. He's vengeful too. You get to sit in there in that cell and think about what you did. To my friend. That person in Spain whose name I can't recall. You think about it. I mean, mainly you made me get on a boat and sail all the way down to Spain to kick your ass. Yeah, he was the leader of the peasant revolt. James Baker is about to leave court. Where are you going, James? Why are you leaving court? He has no reason to stay and will leave soon. James, what are you doing, man? Why is he gonna... What can I do for you? No, you're not really good at anything. I was like, maybe I could offer him a council position. Should I let him out of prison, Brad? You only like imprisoning wives and babies. You don't... The revolt... The peasant revolt leaders, you're like, nah, let him out. Alright, Brad, well, in this case, because you said so, and it's not going to wreak havoc with my politics, I will let him go for you. But I'm going to do it for a favor. I'm never going to use that shit. Yeah, I will. I don't know. And it's nice to have it. If he ever causes shit again, I'll be able to use that. Maybe I can use that hook on him to make him shut the F up. He owes me a favor. Right, then I say? Alright, I think we're in the middle. There he is. I've gained a favor hook on Esteban U. Fernandez. Now maybe if he has 300 chickens someday, I can, you know, be persuaded. I can persuade him to have it. He accepted my ransom. Alright. My neighboring ruler, King Duncan. Who's King Duncan? Oh, King Duncan of Scotland just won a war against Norway. Okay. For the claim on the earldom of Argyll. Where was that? I'm just kind of curious. Oh, right here. Oh, those are the lands I was thinking of chipping away from Norway. Seems like the rightful ruler, King of Scotland, and in fact, actually, the King of Scotland does have a rightful claim on this little... I did never attack the King of Scotland, but there was an independent nation here, and technically the King of Scotland has rights as king to control that land. So I should probably stay tuned to some warring with Scotland. Why is my thing not working? My left arrow stopped working. Alright, now it's working again. Yeah, you know what they also have too much of, Brad? Soldiers. I've been down that road a few times. It didn't not go well for me. That's why I'm like, I just need to pick on a whole bunch of little guys. And I need to work out this whole... If I didn't have to split up my whole kingdom every time it was time for succession, I might have enough soldiers to at least hold England off until I can take over the rest of this island. But right now, raising 4,600 soldiers against England doesn't work in my favor. England can bring like something like 12 or 14,000. Doesn't work. Believe me, I've tried. They basically, as soon as I seen the armies coming, I'm like, just kidding. Just kidding. It's a drill. We're just doing drills. Just drills. Alright, so that war is over. Lump sum of chickens with confidence that I can make more than 100 chickens over the next 300 years. You do have to think about the future of your lineage. Both by measured by succession and chickens. And hey, Just a Man, I didn't say hi. How you doing, man? James filed his copyright claim and left. No sheriffs appointed. This problem happened in spite of your steward's average stewardship skill. So my steward, Earl Sageda, has a 13 skill. That's actually not bad. He is the Earl of Dublin. What does lack of sheriffs do? County corruption. High taxes, development growth is stunted, popular opinion is down. That's the Earldom of Dublin. Popular opinion is -8. Huh. Ingratiate title. I never noticed this before. The target title becomes the de jure part of your primary title. What does that mean? Highest ranked title that they identify most closely with. Huh. So that means I can use Brad to cause other things to be considered part of the Kingdom of Ireland? They have it set up like this. De jure, or de jure, means the stuff that technically you're entitled to. So there's the petty kingdom. Where is it? Petty Kingdom of Munster. These are the different duchies that are considered the natural state of things. Like, there should be a duke of this that controls these, a duke of this that controls these, a duke of this that controls these, and so on. So, and the de jure Kingdom of Ireland is just, I think it's just this, Ireland. Yeah, Ireland, Scotland. What we got? We can look at it through the map view. Duchies, kingdoms. This is doing the whole world. Duchies, kingdoms, empires, and empires is as big as it gets. So, if I were able to gain, I think it's once you've got more than half of everything from an entity, you can start, if you have enough prestige, making a claim to the title. So if I owned like Ireland and Scotland, potentially at that point, I might have enough to say, I am the rightful emperor of Britannia. And then I could tell England, I can make war against England. And just basically say, hey, you're part of my empire. I am your emperor. And I'm going to fight you until you acknowledge that. Prestige worldwide. So, and this right now, this says realms, and this is what actually is owned. So you can see England owns this, even though this technically is supposed to be in its natural state, the way things are supposed to be. This is supposed to be part of the Kingdom of Ireland. But like this, that's now a little bit of Ireland, is supposed to be Scotland. And this that is Norway is also supposed to be Scotland. You can see there's France. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's supposed to be France. Oh, wait, no. There's Francia. So that'd be the Empire of France. But actual France? I mean, it's not exactly, but actual France is doing okay. The Holy Roman Empire. Holy Roman Empire is in pretty good shape, territory-wise. Yeah. Spain is, you got the kingdom things. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. This is just sort of like an ideal world. If we were all just a bunch of empires, this is what it would look like. But now we're back down here. I don't need to keep seeing about the lack of sheriffs. Prestige worldwide. Dublin down? Is it actually from Dublin? Oh no, a declaration of love. This is bound to be scandalous. Who is this? Oh, she's married to Maedhros. What is she up to? I'm walking in the gardens with some of the lords at court when I notice my daughter-in-law, Alice, approaching. I step aside to let her pass, but to my great surprise, she blocks my path and kneels before me. Before I have time to properly process the turn of events, Alice begins to sing. I quickly recognize the tune. It's a famous Irish love ballad. I've heard it performed countless times, but never with such skill and passion. The intense emotions of the song are mirrored in Alice's gaze, which is set on me. She does not look away for a single heartbeat. Oh, that is quite the display, Alice. Although I immediately notice also your lover's pox. Marked by blisters and infection, Alice is afflicted by venereal disease that is plain to see on her face. Great singing and all. So if I'm thinking about, if I'm going to break my marital vows to all my wives, do I want those, do I want a venereal disease? I mean, granted, you got to balance it out. She's saying she's a good singer. Venereal pox. You want me? Just go get it, huh? Just go. Let me see. I can say, "You flatter me, my lady," and then it's Alice de Warren will attempt to win my heart, or I can tell her, to abandon this foolish endeavor immediately. Wait, hold on. Maedhros? What is is Maedhros gonna inherit? What's he gonna? What kind of damage is he gonna be able to do to me? Maedhros is going to inherit this little thing up here, right? That's it, right? So I could afford to piss him off. It is criminal. If she has adulterous affairs with me, it'll be frowned upon. People will be like, "Oh, King, no, you shouldn't do that." But her, get her VD ass into jail. No, Allie, you got out of jail. I'm not sure what happened. I guess whatever the aftermath of that war, they decided they weren't. Maybe they ransomed you off. They didn't tell me the circumstances of you getting out of jail, except that you were released. So, yay, Allie, you're not in jail. Maybe I should ask. Oh, Maedhros is not here tonight, right? Are you still drunk? Probably. Let's see. Now, traits do change sometimes. Oh, wait, you're my sister. My half-sister from one of my other moms. Yep, you're still a drunkard, Allie. Allie has taken to the bottle and is continuously looking for its bottom. You're reclusive, mastermind philosopher, patient, shy, calm. Your overall descriptor as a person, cowardly planner. Allie Hawk will act against you and others according to her personality. Okay. They don't have a description of what a cowardly planner actually means. Allie has PTSD. She might. All right. So the more pressing question is, we haven't answered yet, definitively. Maedhros' wife, with herpes visible on her face, just knelt before me and sang the most beautiful Irish love ballad that I've ever heard, apparently. Do I encourage this behavior? Or do I shut it down? What do you guys think? Nick doesn't think if it were actually me, no. I already got 3 wives. That's enough. I don't need some pox lady chasing me around. I got more, and besides, if I get an erection right now, I'm probably just gonna pop. It's probably just gonna explode, and I'm gonna fall over and have a heart attack. It's just herpes. Everyone has it. Oh, there are quite a few people. Oh, it decreases my natural dread, which I just started working on getting some dread. And people are 20 points less attracted to me. And if I have any more kids, they could have it too. Is it really worth it, Brad? You can get some secrets about Maedhros. Can I do that without getting herpes on my face, though, Brad? Can I get... I think I've got a spy master. I can just ask the spy master to dig up dirt. I don't need to go in there, do I? To get secrets on Maedhros? All right. Abandon this foolish endeavor immediately. Yeah. Herpes is the only way. Not today, Brad. Not today. Although your argument has been noted. Oh, no. A daughter-in-law... My daughter-in-law, Isabel, has given birth to a daughter. This is Nick. You have a daughter, Nick. Congratulations. By default, they're going to call her Gormlaith. I'm pretty sure that's a giant spider monster from the first age of Middle-earth. Nick? you got a girl now. Nick is a very busy kid maker. Name her Ayaboy. Can I just copy and paste that? Ayaboy Hawk. So it is, Nick. Oh, this Earl likes me now. Let's see. Can we move on to someone else in my... Maybe it's some of those, there's some of those mayors that weren't great fans of me. Yeah, this guy's only got an 18. Wait a minute, though. He's 92. 92? Who lives to 92 years old in 1134 AD? Is it wrong for me to say that I shouldn't be wasting my effort cultivating a relationship with this man? Because he's 50% likely to have died 2 weeks ago. Sorry, we're gonna skip. I'm sorry you got an 18. Let's see. This guy's got 34. He's 40. He's gonna be... Well, wait, I'm gonna die soon too. Maybe I get a good relationship with the 92-year-old, and then when we go to heaven, then he'll like me then too. We can continue. I can pretend it continues. Now we're gonna do it with this guy. Start scheme. All right. In a Burger King bathroom? Oh, Insular Exaltation. Archbishop Rueden has gained a spotless reputation. This is my Archbishop. It's the Archbishop of my religion, which apparently is only in Ireland. So he's like the Pope, but it's a very local religion. He has a spotless reputation for his absolute rejection of any carnal pleasures. His unwavering discipline has served as an example for many young insularists, that's my religion, trying to resist the debasing lure of lechery. How commendable! Insular Christianity's fervor increased by 10. Alright. That's good if I actually gave a shit. I actually kind of more hope that Catholicism is starting to get its hooks into my little island. And I kind of wouldn't mind at all if I was like everybody else and not the weirdo in the corner with all the wives that makes everybody uncomfortable. I can't marry proper Catholic women because they don't like that I'm from a polygamist religion, version of Christianity. Oh wait, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, my counselor died? Oh, that was the bishop we just talked about. Immediately, he's like, "Hey, I'm really good at not having sex with the." He died. He just like, it was his dying declaration. No vag. It falls over. Who's the new Archbishop? He endorses me. Sometimes they start not liking me. Let's see if he sucks. Oh, he's better than the other ones. I've had the last 2 archbishops have kind of sucked at being bishops. They had low scholastic scores. I don't know how they choose the bishops. Let me see. Is there any way I can influence any of that shit? Head of faith? Oh, I guess there is no head of faith. I can create a new Christian faith. But then I'm going to piss a lot of people off in my own kingdom because they'll be like, what the fuck did you just make up? And I'll be like, yeah, we're going to call it Nickism. We view on gender, male dominated. Not here, baby. Equal equality. A pluralist, righteous fundamentalist. What's righteous? To revoke title from evil infidels without incurring tyranny. Pluralist is like tolerant? Oh, bullshit. Fundamentalist. Flames, baby! Clerical tradition. Theocratic. That sounds solid. Head of faith. Spiritual. No, I'm not going to do any of this. We're not going to do this. Actually, it costs a lot of piety to make a new religion. I don't have it. Our Archbishop Brad Hawk. Let's see what this who they appointed. I don't know where this dude came from. Temperate, cynical. Cynical is he has negative 20% piety. Cynical is a skeptic. He's an atheist. That's his thing. He's a rational atheist. What the hell kind of religion are we running here? Yeah, I have a whole bunch of wives. It's good. There's no God. Enjoy. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Archbishop. He's a shy, cynical, temperate man. He's an insightful thinker. He doesn't believe in God. Great religious leader. I guess it could be worse. He could be like a complete conniving asshole, and he's not. He's like, look, I really like the literature. I find it very beautiful. So I'm just going to maintain this library. I'd thought about trying to expand my kingdom a little bit. I'm basically waiting for Lawrence II to die. What I'd like to do is I'd like Lawrence to die. So Lawrence III can get in and start working on that trait where he can be celibate. Oh no. My friend Lan died. She was at the advanced age of 65. Now this is somebody, when I was raising Lawrence Jr., Lawrence II, and he was still a kid, and they had those scenarios pop up about like, oh, you're Lawrence, little Lawrence, this happened. And on multiple occasions, the thing that came up is this girl, when she was a little girl, would be trying to like preach, like religious, like preach to other children. And they get mad and try and beat her up. And it was always about whether little Lawrence was like standing up for her. We all want Larry Jr. and Larry the Third. Well, Brad, you're so far along in the line of succession, it wouldn't benefit you at all. Now, Nick and Joss, they would benefit. But basically, before you get any of my shit, Brad, this entire army, it's basically a whole country, came out of my pee hole that will inherit things before you. They all gotta die, Brad. Especially Larry the Third. You want Joss or Nick instead of Lawrence Hawk? You know that Lawrence Hawk is a stand-in for me, Brad. That hurts my feelings a little bit. So, because this is my friend since childhood, 38 stress happened. Now, stress can get up to a level of 300, or get up to a total of 300. I think at 300, your head explodes. But every increment of 100, your mental state gets worse, and you can have mental breaks. I've managed it so far that I've never gotten above like 60 or 70. Excuse me. The Great Herpy King. Are you referring to Mike McNixie Hawk? Okay, Nick. Is this supposed to be some sort of play on words? Because I don't even know how to say this. But I have a feeling if I knew how to pronounce it, I'd probably be saying something about my genitals. Iobin Hawk? Alright, so she died. Now Org Chaos is about to leave the court. That's fine. We got too many of you kids anyways. Get the hell out of here. Leave the court. It's crowded. With all my offspring from all my wives. I just want to be Catholic so I can have one wife without incurring a religious penalty. And not have to be... And then a wife dies and it's like, oh shit, I got 2 left. But now I'm getting, like, religious penalties because I only have 2 wives again. Even, like, it's just a hard to say Irish name, but it's pronounced even. It's hard to spell. Is it Even Hawk of Reality Bites fame? Well, I guess he's been in a few things since then. The last movie I've seen with Even Hawk is it's that horror movie series. He died in the first one because I think it's one of those series where everyone dies at the end. Not Insidious. No, what the hell is it? Well, Gattaca was... I saw Gattaca. That was good. Was it Jude Law was in Gattaca too? Sinister. That's the one he was in. I like that. It's a good horror movie. What? Oh, it's a notable guest. So sometimes people will show up in court. Just, generous, and sadistic. Ooh, she's not very religious. Sometimes people randomly show up in court. And while they're here, you can, like, marry them into your family or whatever. She's a righteous villain. She's a guest. She's not a member of my court. But I can recruit her to my court. So they'll say stuff like if it's someone's got a claim on some land. So what's her claim? Unpressed claim. Where's that at? Up there? Nah, I'm not. I don't have eyes on Scotland right away. I doubt I will be attacking Scotland within the lifetime of anyone alive right now. Least of all, her. She's 52. She's only got about 10 years left. Oh, the vampire movie. Yeah, I saw that too. That wasn't bad. I forget what that was called too. That was a good one. I think Sinister was after that. But yeah. The Caw Brothers. All right, we're just waiting. Any day now, old King Lawrence II, Mac Lawrence of Ireland, who's now at the advanced age of 64, he could go his health is poor. He's ailing, and his delicate trait is like pulsating up here. He's gonna go. He is so, like, I'm surprised it's cold outside right now. I'm surprised he just didn't die. It's January right now. Oh, he died! King Lawrence II of Ireland rests in the arms of the Lord at 65 years of age. He died of old age. A man to always put good of his family above all else, he spent his life trying to ensure a glorious future for all of his descendants. High King Lawrence ascends to the throne. Blessed with the abundance of friends, Lawrence is likely to find strong support for his rule. And this is High King Lawrence III. You may continue playing. I don't know if sometimes if something comes up where you choose. I think there's always just like a next in line that you become. It's whoever the next in line of succession is who you play. So if he had died, I would be playing Nick C right now. That's right, I died almost immediately. But I died with my reputation intact, Brad. There's Legacy. And I played him for 41 years. Because before that, he was an NPC, just like Lawrence III is. Lawrence III looks like Nick Cage. All right, new Archbishop. There's a lot of things to settle at this point. So, Archbishop, he's solid. 25, good. He's going to live for a while. He's got a decent 13 stat. We can live with that. Dynasty head changed. Brad Prichard became the new dynasty head of the Hawk Dynasty. Dynasty head of an entire dynasty in all the houses. Dynasty head wields certain unique powers over the members of the dynasty, known as the dynasty head interactions. All right, Brad. So I think what that means is you are now the senior member of the entire dynasty. Now that your older brother has died. So of this level of family, Brad, you're the patriarch. Well, let's see. I don't think you're that old. You're 50, Brad. You got at least 10 more years. And I don't think you've got a health problem. Well, you're feeling fine. That's fine is kind of like, yeah, you could be better, but it's not bad. Patriarch, flexible leader. Yeah, you don't have any. You did not get our father's delicate trait. I got that, or Lawrence II got the delicate trait, but you didn't. Oh shit, you hate the third. Alright, you hate him because you have claims to his land. Now, so you had claims on Lawrence II's land too. But you guys grew up together and you actually liked each other. But Brad, looking at the third, is like, I never barely spent any time with this rat. This little brat. You don't like me because I guess I'm arbitrary? Okay, Lawrence II is a third is arbitrary. You don't like me because you're impatient and because you're arrogant. And you want a seat on the council, which I'm probably going to give you because you're probably still the best chancellor. I have a -20 because it's a short reign. So if a certain amount of time so right now, people are going to hate me. Let's just have a look-see at my vassal. So first off, I can have up to 5 holdings. I only have 1. Let's have a look. Yeah, he totally looks like Nicolas Cage. Played by Nicolas Cage. High King Lawrence III, Mac Lawrence of Ireland. Starring Nicolas Cage. He is a novice physician. That's good. Astute intellectual. That might help him learn that body trait so he can master his body and be celibate. When he figures out, like, wait, if I stop sticking this thing into ladies, I stop having heirs that are going to take my kingdoms away from me, from my son. He's gregarious, arbitrary, and generous. All right. Not weak. He's feeling fine. I guess fine is okay. He is a nerd. I'll give you that. Got a lot of siblings. I'm surprised more of them don't hate him. Let's see what the vassal situation's looking like. Ooh, Brad, -65. That Earl, -71. That Earl, -26. All right. So, but Nick C., who owns Dublin, it's his brothers. He's like, I kind of like him. Joss, up here. Joss, the brother, Joss likes him a lot. Why do you like him so much, Joss? Siblings give you +25. You like the Confederate partition. You like it twice. Generous. Is that your virtue or his? Might. Okay, so I guess you really like the fact that he's generous. That your character, and we're friends. Friends gives. Okay, so Madros really likes him. That generous trait is really winning points with people. Madros likes him extra much because Madros is both, he has a content character trait and a trusting character trait. Me and Madros are already like this. Prince Gunkid, what do you, oh, I didn't even notice this. Gunkid inherited the Isle of Man. That poor spindly fellow. He's a landholder. And let's see, that's everyone. All right, so let's start. We're gonna give some. We're gonna fill some council positions, and hopefully that's gonna help people hate me a little bit less. Brad, the obvious choice for chancellor, but this Earl could also be chancellor. Huh. All right, the Brad. Now you only like me, it's only -15. Because you only hate me a little bit now. Because you got what you wanted, you're back on the council. Steward? This Earl would be good would be the best steward, and he's an Earl, so that's good. So we're gonna assign him. Oh, -71. That's an angry dude. Maybe we should make him wrathful and sadistic. He's almost as good, and he's a lot more pissy than Earl Sageda. Or Segda. Alright. There. That's worth it. Now, he only hates me a little bit instead of a lot. We're gonna have rough first decade of rule. He's a throne thief. Trust you enough that you can throw him a red wedding. Uh-oh. Is that why you seem like you guys are such besties? You're bros, literally. Come on. That the red at the wedding will be Hawaiian punch. Oh yeah! Joss busted in through the wall. All right, Marshal. Is there probably everyone still sucks at being a Marshal? Oh, hold on. This guy, he's not part of the family, but he'd make a damn good Marshal. He's another one. 17? Oh, he's is he Catholic? Is that why he doesn't? Short reign, and he also doesn't like that we're Catholic. But dude. So now the question is, do we give the job to the best person? He's one of my knights. Apparently, he's got the right talents to be an amazing Marshal. Oh, well, the next... Oh, Gun Kid could be a... I think Gun Kid might end up being my spy master. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna give it to the dude that's good at being a Marshal. Sorry, vassals who suck at marshaling. Right now I'm gonna give it to the guy who's best for the job. I know it's not a great way for a monarch to do things. So there's that Earl with a 14. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, he will be our spy master. Gun Kid would make a decent spy master too, but Gun Kid already likes me. I've got to give it to someone who's specifically pissed off because he wants on the council. See, Gun Kid doesn't even have a thing about wanting to be on the council. So, yeah, we'll give it to this. This guy's better at it, and he's holding it against me that I haven't put him on the council. This is gameplay. I have no available spouse. That's okay. We're kind of planning it that way. So right now, if he gets murdered, Nick becomes the king. No lifestyle chosen. Hey, learning where body is. That's... Oh, look, and he's got this... Does he have points to spend in this already? Let's do medicine focus. Anatomical studies? Okay, so I can't... Does he have these already? I think he's got these already. Oh, sweet. Maybe I didn't need to have him focus on this. But I've already selected. I gotta wait 5 years before I can change it again. Well, let's see. Can I just make him be celibate? How do I do that? It's probably under decisions. Embrace celibacy. Alright. We're not going to do it yet, because we're going to wait till he has an heir. But what this does mean is I can go straight for the spouse. And everybody hates me. Let's see. And all these Catholics are going to end up getting pissed off as I start taking extra wives, too. But we gotta find... Let me see, is there anyone with good congenital trait? Ah, scaly! No, that's not good. Spindly. But quick. Spindly. Frail. No, we don't need that in the bloodline. Pretty. She's greedy, fickle, and ambitious. Not a great combination of traits. Dwarf and ugly. Sadistic, diligent, and paranoid. Nope. Alright, we're going pretty far down this list. Spindly, lisping, intelligent, zealous, wrathful, and deceitful. Nope. Comely. Chaste, sadistic, and humble. It gets a lizard. Something tells me that I could catch that lizard. Ooh, possessed. That's great. He's crazy. I think I'm getting pretty far down the line here. Giant. I can marry a giant. She's calm, trusting, and callous. Intelligent, ambitious, brave, wrathful. No, that's good. We don't want a wrathful wife. Hey, lover's pox. I can get some of those. There's dwarf. Possessed. Hunchback. Hideous. Hideous, zealous, diligent, and arrogant. Huh. Pretty, fickle, gluttonous, and callous. Slow, but patient. Slow, lazy, stubborn, but patient. Giant. Robust. Diligent, gluttonous, and just. Okay. You're getting pretty far down this list here. Quick. Humble. Craven, and deceitful. Nope. Slow. So many options. No, that's not good. So what I'm looking for is, initially, is just to see if there are any people with reasonably with good congenital traits, things that can be added to my family line, potentially. Scaly. Spindly and quick. Lawrence the First was quick. That didn't pass on for some reason. All that they got, I had him, he was quick, so he was a learner, he was a faster learner. But he was also delicate, which impacted his health. The delicate seemed to pass freely through multiple generations. The quick congenital trait, gone. No one ever saw that again. Could start a lizard family. Alright. Gluttonous, honest, and craven. No. Now I just kind of want to look at people with decent traits. Scaly, zealous, forgiving, and diligent. No. Gregarious, compassionate, and fickle. Am I compassionate? I'm generous. So far, she's the only one that actually kind of likes me already. Even though she thinks that insular Christianity is a stray. Gregarious, just, and gluttonous. Greedy, humble, and compassionate. Greedy and compassionate. Stubborn, content, and shy. What else we got? Frail? Nope. No good. Temperate, trusting, and impatient. Compassionate, arrogant, and content. Shy, calm, ambitious, and patient. Not bad. Sure, she's got good health. Her humors are balanced. Greedy, fickle, and ambitious. No. Shy, calm, ambitious, and patient. She's not bad. I'm also looking at the stats, because I think their stats get added to mine. I'm keeping an eye out on that stuff a little bit. Sadistic and out. Callous, cynical, and ambitious. Gregarious, impatient, and diligent. She's from Finland. She's a lowborn. Okay, hold on. That's going to be a problem. Not because I'm stuck up, but I'm pretty sure if I marry someone who's lowborn, I'm going to end up with a negative prestige level. Where was Elena? At least she's part of a house. Alright, what kind of hit am I going to take if I marry Elena? Let me see. Oh, I'm not taking a hit. She's a bastard. And she's ill. Bad humors plague Elena. And the severity of her affliction is yet to be determined. Alright, what the hell? Her sibling died young too. What happened to him? Doesn't say what he died of. Gout-ridden. Hold on a minute. Maybe Elena's not a great idea. She has some unidentified disease. And it's a severe penalty that affects her fertility. She's a bastard. Alright. Shit. Nope. Nope. The book, you can't always judge a book by its cover. Alright, let's gluttonous, honest, and craven. Let's start at the top. Who's the one that liked me a little bit? She was gregarious, compassionate, and fickle. She's got shitty stats, too. Generous, fickle, and ambitious. And quick. She got good stats. You know what, Nick? I'm actually getting tempted to marry the lizard girl. Let's get a closer look. Let's see. She's a fornicator. Oh, for fuck's sake. She has copulated outside of wedlock. That's... She's spindly? And she's a player? Wait, where's the lizard trait? She... Oh no, our kids are gonna look bad. That affects everything. Fertility, attraction, vassal opinions. The only benefit she has is other people with scales like her better. Other people with scales, they stick together like, hey, I see you got... Yeah, I got scales too. Hey, let's go get some coffee. Talk about our scales. And you can pass that shit down. No. No. Alright, let's check out Ines. The reptiles. She's fickle, compassionate, and gregarious. And a gray eminence, which is a diplomatic education. So it's a result of her education. 22. Good health. Humors are balanced. Her overall summary as a person is a bold empath. I think we may go for her. She's also the only person in Europe who doesn't, by default, either hate me or have complete indifference for me. She will accept. Children will be born into House Hawk. Chance of children medium. That's fine. That'll happen. Send proposal. Yeah, we're going to try this. Ines Alduares Jimena Villablino. Sir Jorah, one of the... Basically, she's got scales. It's about the same. Alright, so we're going to get married right away. Because at any point, as soon as we have a male heir, I'm going to be celibate. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. You will be joined by my daughter, Ines. And oh, that was the mother. The mother accepting on her behalf. Okay. You'll be joined with my daughter, Ines, in holy matrimony. It was an arranged marriage, that's right. May God grant you long life and many children. Excellent! Alright, let's check this shit out. Now she likes me better now, because we're married. I was gonna consider wooing her, except I think that I probably have vassals that are bored. I have to focus my efforts on making people like me right now on the vassals who might plot against me if I don't somehow convince them that I'm worthy of their thing. Alright, so I only control this. Right? I have 3 titles. The Kingdom of Ireland, the Petty Kingdom of Munster, which is a duchy, and Thomond, whatever. It is the only land that I directly control. Everything else, I rule through vassals. If I go to war right now, I can only call up 2,500 soldiers. It's not great. All right, now I got this list of shit I need to look at. The situation report. Increase opinion. Suggestions. Increase Earl Arthban's opinion of you. He has a low opinion of you. -18. He's an Earl. Well, hold on. Let's just make sure we're picking the best one. Here's another Earl who is -33. Oh, wait a minute, though. This guy's wrathful and sadistic. What is this guy? Sadistic and greedy, but not wrathful. Maybe we make friends with the people that my vassals are fucking assholes. Okay. Shit. All right, we're gonna make friends. He's also my direct vassal, so I am in charge of this duchy down here, and he is in the duchy that I control. So he's like a more direct. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's better, because my other vassals are dukes in many cases. All right, let's see what else. Too few spouses. All right, I don't care. I'm still getting some positive piety. I'm not going to marry a bunch of wives yet, because that I could end up getting multiple wives pregnant at the same time, and we need to control that shit. So I'm not going to marry any more women until I'm celibate. Then I'll get married. Well, knights are very rare type of characters. You know, it's like the Knights of the Round Table. You don't have armies of knights. But 7 doesn't sound that impressive in any case. Powerful vassals expect position. Sorry. Council is full up. Alright? And it's actually filled up with talented people. This marshal, probably someone's going to end up taking his shit out. Because, oh shit, my council members don't like me either. Alright. We got a lot of people to sway. Things are gonna... Surprised there are no factions already against me. Powerful vassals expect council positions. Can't do a damn thing about that. I can declare war on Queen Golhild. That's the Queen of England. I'm not going to do that. I've learned my lesson about that. Now that my armies are half of what they were 10 minutes ago, I will not be declaring war. It even says, oh, hold on. There's a big warning. She has a stronger army than you. So it's like, they're just letting me know I can. I have a casus belli. I have a justification to declare war. Doesn't mean it's a good idea to do it. I can create the Duchy of Man. Well, maybe that's a thing. If I control the Duchy of Man, I'll have that title. I think you can have, at my level, I can have 2 duchies. Let me see. Direct vassal's opinion, -10. I don't know how they determine. King +3, bailiffs +1, ledger. I don't really understand. Oh, hey, Ashley. And Keith. Hey, guys, I got something to show you. I put you guys in my game. This is the Hawk Dynasty. I started with Lawrence Hawk I, High King Lawrence. Lawrence Hawk II. Lawrence Hawk II had many children. And his 2 youngest Not to gross you guys out or anything, but in this game, you're siblings. It's Keith Hawke and Princess Ashley Long. Wait, how come you didn't get the last name? You're just Princess Ashley Long Nick Lawrence of Ireland. Now, don't hold me responsible for this, but your character grew up and she had her own personality. She's honest, impatient, humble, a skilled tactician. Not that she'll lead troops, because that doesn't happen that often. And reckless in the battlefield. You're a content gentlewoman, and you're... Let's see. And you're married to an earl. Yeah? Keith? Alright. This is, again, bear in mind, I didn't cause your character to have these traits. They were born with nothing. I did my best to have you educated by people who were competent. But Keith, gluttonous. Keith frowns at moderation. He wants it all. Honest, that's good. Gregarious, friendly guy, that's good. Charming, that's good. You did get the family trait of being delicate. Just like your father and his father before him. Altogether, not bad. That's not actually bad compared to the rest of some of the other people in the family. Gun Kid! The Gun Kid had impatient, content. Actually, impatient, greedy, spindly. Oh yeah, that's not so good. Now your character, I don't think he's dumb. He's gluttonous. He just likes to eat. I know a guy or two that's like that. Honest. Gregarious, charming. That's good, man. It doesn't say he's dumb either. So, unless something happens in the battlefield, your intelligence is not. Oh, in real life. Well, I'm not going to comment about that. That's not cool. I don't know what I don't know what your IQ is, and I don't measure you by it. So, as long as you're cool in here, which you are. That's what I measure you by. Alright, so Keith Hawke. I guess I could have called him Animal Lawyer Hawke. But, yeah. What you gotta watch out for is Brad Prichard. Brad Prichard is a treacherous villain. He's sadistic, impatient, and arrogant. But he's a charismatic negotiator. Alright. I was a guest with a claim has arrived. Don't really care about that. What was the last thing here? I can negotiate alliances. I can make alliances with Nick. Oh, wait a minute. Is Nick C? Okay. Okay, so that's what I wasn't sure about. This still is considered, even though it's not on the island. I was afraid it was going to pass out of my kingdom. So it turns out that Madros and Joss still consider me their liege. That's good to know. Even though your wife hates me, Joss. She hates me because I'm a foreigner, at least as far as she's concerned. My version of Christianity's wrong. And I'm of short reign. But she likes that I'm gregarious. So that's good. Should I make peace with you, Nick? Let's see. Nick, how are we doing? Are you the one? No, I'm arbitrary. My character's arbitrary. So people are going to hold that against me. So you're like, he's arbitrary. Yeah. The short reign thing. Everybody's like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just... That's my brother that we used to, like, slap towels on each other's asses. He's no king. You don't like my high crown authority. You like that I'm generous? And we have respect. Alright, let's, here, I'll go for Negotiate alliance. Use the existing blood ties with Prince Nixie's family to forge an alliance with him. And he will accept. Let me see. Madros. Madros is trusting, content, and deceitful. And Madros has the lover's pox. Wait, was that the wife? She's got him too. Is this the one that sang to me? She gave my brother venereal disease. It's a good thing I shut her down. Well, not me. It's my dad now. He's dead. But when I was my dad, Madros' wife, I came onto him, complete with the facial herpes, sang a love song to him, and he was like, nope. I'm going to die in a minute anyway. All right, we will negotiate an alliance with Prince Madros. I'm in line to inherit titles. I'm in third in line for the Duchy of Meath. Okay, I'm in third in line for a bunch of stuff. So if a bunch of accidents happen to a bunch of my siblings, I could get those lands. But my siblings are the only ones in this world who actually like me. So I'm not going to do that. If you didn't shut that down, that VD might have killed you. Yeah, probably. I might have died a year earlier. Let's see if you guys agree to be my allies. Nick and Madros. Matus, we do have a Matus now. Oh, look. Nick C. I formed an alliance with Prince Nick C. Greetings, my benign liege. I am honored by your request and would be glad to call you an ally. Signed, Prince Nick C. Mac Lawrence of Ireland. Marvelous news. There we go. Now we see if Madros accepted my invitation for an alliance formed with Prince Madros. I'm honored by your request. I would be glad to call you an ally. Signed, Prince Madros Mac Lawrence of Ireland. Marvelous news. All right. So we're, I wouldn't say Lawrence III is off to a good start. There's the first faction being formed against me. Let's take a look at that. Earl Murdoch Mac of Desmond, whatever. Let's see. What's his beef with me? He wants on the council. Yeah, get in line, buddy. Everyone wants on the council. Be good at something. The only thing he's good at is diplomacy, and he is very good at it. But right now, our main diplomat is Brad Prichard, who's just as skilled, and he's also my uncle. And he also is a duke, who would have my ass handed to me if he got mad. Which he already doesn't like me, either. So anyways, I'm just gonna have to hope that he doesn't build this up too much. Who am I schmoozing right now? I'm schmoozing Earl Artbrand. The wrong one. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get one tick on this schmooze and hopefully push this guy over to at least not be negative. And then I'm gonna schmooze the dude. Can I give him a little hush money, maybe? How much do I have to give him? 150. Fuck, that's like a quarter of my treasury. Alright, but it could be worth it. We don't need insurrections right now. Alright. Are you going to make a faction against me? What is the faction, though? Also, I didn't see what the goal of the faction is. He just wants... They want me to lower crown authority. Eventually, if he's strong enough, he's going to send me an ultimatum saying, either you lower crown authority, or me and my other people that I've had join the faction, which so far is nobody, are going to attack you. Alright. Sent a gift. Talons of syphilis. Oh, what's that? Crown Authority sounds like a store name. Dangerous faction? Oh no, other people are joining it! Liberty faction. Who else joined? Okay, the other person who joined is the person I'm currently schmoozing. Oh no, they can send an ultimatum in 27 months. Fuck you guys. Just nobody else join. Nobody else join. With this, all of the holdings getting distributed to my siblings means I'm probably not in a great position to be putting down rebellions. I don't have a lot of soldiers. You guys just keep your pants on. Speaking of keeping your pants on. What? Fact, your uncle, Prince Brad Prichard, created a faction to install Alalie on the Irish throne? Brad, what are you doing, Brad? Wow. Claim it. Alalie. Well, Brad and Alalie, I hope you're happy with yourselves. Brad is starting a faction to install Alalie as the ruler of Ireland. Now you can be drunk with power. Yep, you will be because you're still a drunkard. You are a cowardly planner. That's what it says, Alalie. Are you happy with how good old brother Brad? Yep. Well, let's see, Joss, let's see how likely you are to sign up. No, Joss. Plus 79? You love me. Alright? You're not going to join anything against me. You love me. You're a friend. In fact, I think that means if you're a friend, you cannot join an opposing faction. So I've got Nick is not allowed. Madros is not allowed because it is because he's an ally and a friend. Nick can't go because he's an ally. Josedai is not allowed to join the faction because he's my friend. Alright? Alalie. I don't know what you're breaking my balls. Trying to take my throne away from me. That's not cool. That is not cool. Jail your kid. Let me see. What? Do I have anything on Brad? Shit. I'm starting to think I need to change my plotting towards Brad now. Because those other dudes are just earls, and all they want is to lower my crown authority. Brad wants to take the whole fucking thing. He wants to take the whole kit and caboodle away from me. Brad. I can't believe... Brad bought me this game for my birthday. I can't believe what he's doing. In prison? Nope, because apparently there's nothing wrong with plotting to overthrow me. Not illegal. Do it. Grant vassal? Oh, give him one of my other vassals? Nope, I'm not going to do that. Alright, let's sway. Start scheme. I think maybe it's time to... Should we give Brad some money? Oh, no. But it's so, 165. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'm bleeding money, but I'm paying people off. Just don't hate me. Here, take some money. I'm working on some wicked poems I'm gonna send you about how much uncles rule. What is that? South Park song. Suck my fucking ass, Uncle Fucker. Or was it suck my balls, Uncle Fucker? Suck my fucking balls, Uncle Fucker. You're a boner biting bastard, Uncle Fucker. I made you a mixtape. Please love me. You don't eat or sleep or mow the lawn. You just fuck your uncle all day long. Uncle Fucker. That's U-N-C-L-E. Fuck you, Uncle Fucker. Sorry. It's been a long time since I thought about that song. All right. Well, so that's the situation. I've been looking forward to Lawrence Hawk II dying of his delicate constitution and thinking it would be a better day once Lawrence III inherited the throne. But Lawrence III may not have the clout to keep people in line, and he may not have the strength to force them. You get that song popping up in your music player from time to time? Yeah, I'm not gonna win. What? I'm talking about someone who really loves their uncle. What's wrong with that? You think Brad wouldn't approve? Alright, what? Oh my god. I would note that it is 11 o'clock. Let's see, what is this? Hawk Dynasty main save. It is 11 o'clock and I'm getting sleepy, and on top of that, I do have to work in the morning. And I'm sleepy. Did I mention that? I think I did. But what fun we've had tonight, haven't we? Ladies and gentlemen, with Crusader Kings 3. A tour de force of imagination, friendship, and historical events. Yeah, Brad scared me so much I quit the game. No, honestly, it's like the way everything is right now, I could probably keep playing it all night, but then I'd probably feel terrible at work tomorrow, do very poorly, and maybe make the mistake that would have me from maybe almost getting a promotion to maybe almost getting fired. Walking into that job half awake is not a good idea. But I definitely want to play more. So, all right. But this was an interesting game to stream, because I always avoided playing games like this on stream. Because it's just like, its pacing is totally different from most people don't come to gaming streams to watch a game like that. I'm so tired because Brad was trying to assert my role. My uncle and my father's, they were best friends. They were best friends for life. You'd think he could have just said, hey, I know you think that my son's a little shit. Lawrence III, you think he's a little shit. But he needs to be king. Can you, as a favor to me, could you not form a faction to overthrow him and install Alley as the ruler of Ireland, please? Thank you. And then die. Yeah. Well, it's only 11 o'clock where I am, but it's pretty late. This is pretty late for me. You gotta work too, so you won't be up much longer. Hey, bro. Don't usurp my son. I agree. Alley. Well, you know what, Alley? I don't know if I can blame you, because I'm not 100% sure that it was your idea, but I suspect it is. I think he's doing this. I think you're collaborating on this. And Alley, wait, you live in like France or something. What do you care? Why are you doing this to me, Alalie? You and Brad, two of my favoriteest people. Can't believe it. She learned it in jail while drunk. Is that what happened? She did the hard time and she was just like, I seen some shit now. Now that I'm out. Now that I'm out, I'm gonna take what's mine. I'm just gonna get shanked. All right. So, no, I'm curious though. How was this for a stream game? Because I know it also, my attention was divided differently than in this game than other games. So, it seemed like a lot of people stuck around. But was that a game that was cool to just show you, or is that a game that you had fun watching me play? I think it's a pretty funny game, honestly. It's surprising it sounds dry when you try to explain it to people, like what the game is. It's like, oh, it's a medieval dynasty simulator, and you have to like keep track of your like faction reputations and all this stuff. But when you actually see, but Brad, shame on you, Brad. Did you hear what you did right before the game ended? It's Battle Brothers and CK3 only. Brad? You started a faction to install Alalie on the throne of Ireland and depose me. Brad. Well, it's because your brother Lawrence II died, and now Lawrence III came to the throne. Everybody thinks he sucks. Yeah, the real Brad feels exactly like in-game Brad. He deserves it. Yeah, that's true. The Madras' syphilitic wife trying to seduce me. That did give rise to an interesting dilemma, didn't it? You spend too much time worrying about Chauncey's egg and not enough time on your people dying from dysentery. Oh, Chauncey. Yeah. She's carefully tending to her eggs right now. Like she's changing position. She does this thing where she'll use her beak and she'll move the eggs back like under her as she moves. There she goes. She got it in good place. Now she's back in her like laying position. Good job, Chauncey. You're doing great with those eggs. Those eggs that are not fertilized, nothing's ever going to come of them. I'm glad you're devoting your life to the neurotic and offensive care of those eggs. Syphilis or no syphilis? Well, the flip side was she sang a great ballad. So there's that, you know. His eggs would be better than King Larry III. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad I had fun with that, and I always kind of felt like it was a sort of game that could be fun to stream because so much crazy shit happens. But it's also a game of like looking at lists and maps for hours and hours and hours. So it's like it could go either way. I think it helped that I came into the stream already with an entire dynasty populated with your people's names. So that helped a little bit. But guys, I'm going to call it a night. I think I probably keep playing this game on my own, but you know, if next week, if I'm still playing it, then I'll stream it again and we can check in and see however many generations may have passed since then, where things are. I'll keep naming as generations go on. I'll keep naming new offspring after their predecessors too. So even if the next time you see it, it's like 100 years from now and everyone in the game is dead, there will still be Nixies and Brad Pritchards and Alalies floating around in the game, and Jossadais and so on. I should tweet the updates with screenshots. Maybe I will. I've only been updating Brad. I've sent Brad some screenshots over the past week because he was one of the first. Brad was the first person I named, and I used Brad's name because Brad's the one that got me the game. So that's why Brad is now the patriarch of the Hawk Dynasty. But yeah, I could post some stuff. So anyway. All right, but now it's time to, you know what time it is. Time to unwind. No, you're all really excited because you saw the face herpes and all the things that happened. Just caused a lot of excitement and energy. But now it's time to bring it down a little bit. Except for Brad. Brad, it's the middle of the day. Brad needs to work. That's cool. To keep up your energy. Even though Brad always falls asleep. I'm sorry for that. If you're in the middle of your work day, you just go unconscious. That probably makes your day harder. Though you're almost done, I think, Brad. You guys, thank you for being here. Take a deep breath. Thank you for being in my dynasty. Some of you. The rest of you. Some of you maybe not so much. Let's, oh, Nick could use a lullaby. Well, as it just so happens. Let me just dim the lights here. Just dim the lights and get real close in there. It's 11:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's time for this old man to go to bed. And all of you too. Except for Brad. And the Russian person whose name I don't know how to say. Hi, Russian person. Whose name I don't know how to say. Or maybe once I did know how to say it and I don't remember. Now it's time to relax. If you're in Russia, maybe it's still time to be awake and do things. But for a lot of people here, it's time to go to sleep. It's time to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Go to sleep. And good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now. Alalee, Russian Guy, Nixie, Animal Layer, Keith, Josadai, Brad Prichard, Matus. Go to sleep. I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. James Baker. Facial herpes are bad.